Glitchcode could read into that and cancel it out in its entirety. So we will see if it comes to that. Right now, if we are looking over at the team comps, it's really important that the XP lane matchup. You were saying that Lapu Lapu, yes, he starts beating Yuzong later on, but those early levels, they should go towards jungly. If he can and get a couple of gold crabs, 1, 2, that's the max that he can get, well then he will be the first on the map, and this first turtle fight will be super important, especially with those expanded rivers where Yuzong, he is normally very able to rotate and deliver himself onto the map and be there for the fight. But with approaching rivers, expanding rivers, he can approach as well, even better.
And we've already seen how good Glitchcode is in those neutral objectives. It's going to be tough to deal with them though, but that was when Throwboy was in the roster. He was the one who was getting those retributions on point. And I understand your confusion, Zakota, about that Gato ban, if I'm not wrong, right? You're probably trying to read into that. I think so. It's maybe just a respect ban coming in for Gory, making sure that he does not get his hands onto the pick that he liked. But it also means that now with the Skimmy pick, they might as well have an early Grok available in his hands.
I mean, right, Grok is the correct choice, but I was thinking Glitchcode is gonna have to pick the Sicilian or maybe possibly even the Luo Yi. I mean, Kagura. I was thinking, no, Kagura into this? Would you want them to suffer just on purpose? Into a Baksha, into a Heart, into a Yuuzhan, you want to pick a Kagura?
Jushin?
Jushin, they're too tiny, they won't have enough damage to do anything with it. They're gonna go in for the Grok and possibly for maybe... They really need Sicilian, they need damage, they don't have any late presence whatsoever. The Lancer is gonna fall off so hard, same with the CC and Lapu Lapu. Grok is gonna be the saving grace in the early to mid game, but still, what a hard choice. There is the Sicilian, and what is Gornish gonna pick? This is what I was actually debating on about. I was thinking maybe if he goes for the Minotaur. Yeah, the Minotaur is a correct choice, but there it is, the cow. Absolute cinema.
At least call him the bull, man.
The cow is there, not even a bull. You know, hamburger pat.
Half of it is half of the people they have in their lineup have got that animalistic vibes, right? Harith is a cat, Yuzhong is a dragon.
Four actually.
Minotaur is a...
Baksha's a turtle.
Who's the fourth?
The turtle is Poseidon's, you know? It's a turtle. The turtle shell. His arms are shells. Didn't know.
True.
Lore-wise, lore
yeah, scared. You're playing for such a long time and you don't know that. Obviously, I knew it too. Like, come on, scared. It's common knowledge.
You did not know it. We both know you did not know it, Warren. You're just pulling my leg here at this point. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We'll have to see if that Peta lineup is able to take on the team that is absolutely wounded, but is rarely as deadly as a wounded lion. Will Glitchcode survive their first game and rather the entire series in this best of 5? We will find that out. Who sets their first foot in that victory lane?
I mean, right now, we're gonna see the predictions soon enough, and I can't wait to see them because I think it's gonna go to a best of 5 series. Most people thought it's gonna end a little bit sooner, but still, it's all down to the players. And right now, the mid control looks in favor of Fake Time, just because the Kimi can get in a little bit deeper, and of course, the Grok throws the waves, but still, it's not enough to deter the Kimi from going a little bit away. On the other hand, Garmadon got frozen. Oh,
Say barely surviving. He had to use his flicker, so that means for the turtle fight, he won't have it available.
I don't think on a Sicilian you really try to contest a first turtle when you have a Lancelot. You can easily go and steal it using the Torn Rose, the Puncture. You have so many choices, so many dashes, but still Garmadon is getting focused down slowed as well in the farming department. He needs to let the wave crash towards his turret because Vlados is taking perfect advantage towards it. Godzi is gonna try to support it. A quick look at the predictions. Let's take a breakdown.
Yeah, we can see 1-3, 1-3, 1-3. Actually, 4 times. It's me, Synth, Mio, and Kronos. But you are on the opposite side of the spectrum. 3-2, together with Luzget and Scared Yet. And Nish is the odd one out. 2-3 for Glitchcode.
Oh,
but Jungly, he is the one getting singled out by Gwozi, who will pick him off, and suddenly Glitchcode with a slow lead. Little bit of a lead, but they shouldn't be getting one since they have mid laner who is just scaling.
Indeed, it's gonna be a little bit hard for them, but still, Jangly falling in so late is gonna give them advantage on the turtle fight. Say it's already popping out that blood feast, getting zone out. Lagger.
Gornish comes in, there's the Minotaur's Fury, but it's not right there because Lager was able to finish off Gwozi, but Turtle still got into the hands of Glitchko. Double kill for Lager. This Turtle will be even beefier. And say,
3 kills.
this is the flicker we were talking about. He doesn't have it. 20 seconds on the timer, so that means he goes bye-bye.
Gargamel rotating towards the turtle, also allowing him to get up to 3 assists, allowing him to get even more gold. But look at Lager is gonna charge in. The blue is gone. The Grok has taken it. It's still in favor of Team Gishko. Still 900 gold lead in both of the, actually 3 of the previous games. The lead went to the winners. Besides the last one, it was a back and forth fight. Vlados is gonna force out the Harriet so hard. But what can he do? He needs to play safe and wait for the time. Bloodfist getting popped as much as possible just to get those stacks up and ready, because the more stacks you have, the more mana and the more damage you're gonna deal. Overall, in the top lane, Gabri and Jungly are doing a pretty nice job because both are fighting well. Oh, Lagger!
Lager, he iframed it, not really iframed, but he blocked it. Vlado will get picked
Garmadon.
off, Garmadon, and there is Lancelot trying to dance around, but he will get killed himself, and it looks like 6C is not as good as Trollboy so far, because this is 1 to 5 for fake time.
They have exactly the same gameplay, but still, Gargamel is a trained Smurf hunter and he's doing a mighty dandy job. Lagger is gonna try to dive. Blood Claws are there. The Sanguine Claws, my apologies, but still, Black Dragon form goes through.
Into Petrify on Say, and immediately he has to burn his own flicker. And this Cecilion, without the flicker, he is free for the taking.
As I like to say, the CC is feeling a little bit of pain. Gornich is getting tagged out. Garmadon is gonna try to secure the kill, but no bueno, no damage available right now. We're gonna see Lager and Hinokami going towards the turtle pit. There is Godzi.
Gwozi will get caught off. Nah, Tectonic charge right on time, but this means he doesn't have it for the fight. So Lancelot could look for the steal, but fake time should be getting this one free.
In the for free, it's still a Lancelot. There's still the risk and the possibility of him going in deep, but it's gone. Yeah, I mean, oh, Sanguine Claws catching Gorinich.
But there is Gornich catching Say because he knew there is no flicker available, and Say is lying on the floor. Gwozi will get picked off as well. Killing spree for Lager, but he needs to keep himself alive. 3-0, Turtle guy. There's a big shutdown.
Indeed it is, but the special predictions, all of them are against fake time.
They are. And they must feel very wrong. They must feel very stupid, as I feel right now. Cause Glitchko, they are getting their teeth caved in.
You don't have to feel when you are. It's alright, Warren, but still, right now, it's a best of 5 series yet again, so it's too early to tell what's gonna happen in the next game and the next game after that. But as I said, my money is on fake time, and it being a best of 5, a full series. And I don't think it's gonna look like that. Fake time has such a big lead. 4,000 gold, 5 minutes in. Man. And Gabri's gonna get punished? No, he isn't. The bravest fighter is there. Gargamel and Gorinich are charging down. So is Lager. The wave clears. The bravest fighter goes through Gorinich.
Gabri is trying to survive. Landshaker jumps around, but Mega Kill goes to Lager. And this turtle guy will be even more fat. Do you think his shields should grow bigger when he has more gold?
I mean, no.
Oh, Tectonic Charge goes in. Gwozi initiates. Say gets a pick off on Gorinich, but Gwozi will get picked off as well. It's straight off the roamers, and fake time with a strong 4,000 gold lead.
A strong 4,000 gold lead indeed, but right now we're gonna see a little bit of action going towards the red buff of 60. Sleepy Eric is feeling awake. He got jolted up and he's ready to rock and roll and fight. On the bottom, we're gonna see Vlados trying to secure the minion wave, but Gargamel is extremely fed. He is so far ahead. He's 3-0-4. This early on in the game, 6 minutes in. Night and day difference between these two goal laners.
Say he could be getting picked off again, and this will happen, rightfully so. Jungly, he is the Death Reaper again. in the face of Say. He picks him off together with 60. Actually, that was happening on the other side of the map. Gornich already spamming recalls, but maybe too soon because there is Gwozi. He has something to say about it. I don't know. Maybe Gornich could be going down. Vlado is dancing with Yo-Yo. Is it enough of damage? Garmadon could be getting picked off as well, but no. Garmadon is unstoppable, and rightfully so, because who can stop this guy? 504?
Garmadon is doing an amazing job. I think it's all the training from his youth when he was hunting the Smurfs. You know, but it's a bit too early to tell. It's still only 7 minutes in, 5,000 gold. One big team fight could change all the scenario, but still Goldsy is going to put the wall in there, try to save the buff. He has the tectonic charge in a few seconds, but Lager is going to try to melt him down. 30 potions, give him enough damage and slow down to poke him below 30% HP, I'd say, but still. Turtle or the Lord is going to spawn in 50 seconds. A big Sanguine Crop pool coming in on Hinokami, but still, Sei has not damage. He's still farming up those stacks in the bot side turret. We're going to see a little bit of a fight going on. Gurdich gets caught, but still, he managed to dodge his Sanguine Claws yet again. Caught him lacking in the bush. The mid turret is going to get a little bit of a pressure coming in from the minions. 35 seconds for the lore. Who do you think? Do you think 6 is going to contest it, or do you think they're going to let it go for the first time and defend?
I think 60 should try to steal it, but the question is, will Glitchko try to steal it together with him, or they leave it? Ooh, Jungly with a triple petrify! Right on 3, I think that answers the question. No one can try to steal the turtle if everyone is lying dead on the floor.
8 seconds till the lore spawn. 7 now. Lager is already eyeing that big trident holding water guy. But still, what can they do right now? The mid lane tower, it's looking like it's gonna halt. Hinokami made the perfect choice. The Kimi was there. It was written from the stars, but Garmadon is gonna secure it and take that mid turret down, giving that extra gold he doesn't need. But still, Gabri
barely misses Hinokami. Hinokami will be fine, laugh in his face and drive away. 7,000, make this 8,000 gold lead for Fake Time, as they will be marching with the Lord into Glitchcode's base and trying to take some of the golden auras.
Man, right now, it's gonna look like complete storm coming from Fake Time. 8,500 gold. Garmadon destroy my enemies. It's written in the stars. Right now, Vlados is feeling the wrath of the Chronos dash. Talking about Chronos, we have a surprise for you guys next game, but still a little bit early in the oven. It's still cooking. Gorinich is zoning a little bit. Godzi is there. As I said, Godzi is better on Minotaur, on a casual support, insta-make play roamer. On the other hand, his Grok is kind of iffy, and especially when they give out the Kimi for free and they have damage lacking, it's not a good look. Lord is still gonna charge?
Right now, a miracle has to happen. Jungly trying to kinda play tricks on his enemies. Gorinage with initiation through his ultimate. Garmadon is in the thick of it. Mega kill for Hinokami, and they charge onwards. Lord is still alive. They might be getting more. They try to get the middle tower, but Minion is gone already. Petrify.
Jungly!
Mega kill for Jungly, and he tried to go for Vlado, but Vlado was a little bit too much to chew on. Looks like Jungly should be heading out, but his team is already heading in. Back in, I have to say, as Hinokami tries to make more people fall on the floor, Vlado was actually able to trade himself back and shut down, but this is not enough because Base Priest explodes and Fake Time take the first game in their firm grasp.
Absolute comfortable game coming in for the side of Fake Time, my man. And guess what? Hinokami being that one key player for the team to lead the charge too. Even at the very end, you could clearly see he went on towards that bottom side to gain the attention of everyone else while the rest of the team pushed in from the minions up on top. Yes, we thought Glitch Code with the Sicilian pick could do something, but Zakota, none of that happened. The pick-offs just kept on happening for Fake Time.
Indeed, they did, but because they read out a draft that Glitch Code was trying to go, they wanted to take the Kimi for themselves, but still, so did Fake Time, and Fake Time had the first pick. Because, of course, the blue side has the first pick, the second team, the red side, has the second pick, first pick. It's a little bit confusing, but still, Gargamel is gonna get the MVP. 509. What a clean game from him. Man, still, what an amazing job. It's only the first game out of this best of 5 series, and this was the first. This was a treat. A 10-minute game, so free, so fast. I didn't break a sweat.
It was a
Forgot
treat
about it.
probably for fake time, but for everyone else involved, I wouldn't go as far to say it was even pleasable. I think this was horrendous. Like, of course, Glitch Code are missing one key player, but I did not expect for them to go this easily down. Yes, maybe I am speaking too soon, but if this is the first game, how is it going to look in the rest of the series the more you get exhausted? But yeah, maybe Big Time get exhausted too, but so far it looks like Glitch Code have nothing to show.
Big one here, man, and a lot more difficult now that we're considering how things are really falling through. Guess what? I predicted a 3-1 victory for Glitch Code here. I think so. I'm gonna eat my own words at this point. Just with the way how Fake Time have played, man. The carry being Garmadon, as you rightly mentioned, along with the richest, and Gory with the assist. You talk about this man, and you know that he will do that front line regardless of whatever the situation is. 0 to 14. What else do you want from your frontlining Minotaur? That's exactly what he was about to offer, and everyone just had such a fun time, Zakota.
Man, I mean, it was a complete slaughter. They just got read out and they lost the draft. The Sicilian was such a late scaler and they didn't have anything to trade with for the hard. If they maybe had a marksman, an actual pure marksman, not a fighter gold, I would see the resemblance, but still. Lancelot was gonna go for the endless extremely early instead of going for the understrike for the extra penetration to maybe try to break down damage or the shield coming in from Garmadon. Right now, I still think it's undecided on the winner of the entire series, but my money is, as I said, on Fake Time. Gorinich is doing an amazing job, however. Even if he's not on his comfort pick, the Gatot on Minotaur, he did a ton of work. He was knocking them up left and right. He was catching Sei by surprise. And Jangli was baiting out all the time the flicker from Sei. So
I
you
think
already get a platform.
Talking about Zhang Li is the smart move because his Petrify, that has to be a highlight on TikTok. Because he 3-man Petrify, that was just absolutely out of this board. But I have to backpedal towards what you said. Gorinich being not comfortable is on Minotaur. I think that's a straight up lie. Because Gorinich, he is very, very happy on being on Minotaur. He's one of the few people that actually play Minotaur here on the Surge, and he has been quite successful on that. So I wouldn't say that he wasn't comfortable. I think he really likes to play it. Yes, Gato is his preferred choice, but he doesn't mind going Mino, and he has been quite successful with it. As you saw just in this game, his Minotaur performance was very, very nice. But on the other side, I feel like Glitch Code made it easier for them. Like, so much easier. Because if you look at the team comp, it doesn't really make sense for you to pick Cecilian. Yes, I know the mid lane picks were kind of skewed. You didn't have that much options. But Cecilian makes zero sense for your team comp. Because we are looking at a team comp that's early to mid game, strongest at mid game, and then it falls off. Why you have Cecilian there, where he comes online around 3, maybe 4 items, there is no one for him to play around with, because everyone from his team are just meat shields.
It was not really enough to face tank all of that burst damage that was coming in, including the poke from Hinokami, as well as Garmadon with the I forgot the name of the skill one. That
Chrono
was the
dashes.
fission. That's all I know. Chrono dashes is the second skill, man. Chrono
You're right,
dashes is
you're
the
right.
second skill. Cosmic friction? No, absolutely not.
Chrono
I don't know,
fission.
man. That's Chrono fission.
Fission.
Synchro fission.
Synchro fission, yes.
Synchro
Synchro the
fission.
caster. The caster Synchro.
Yeah,
He's not here today.
Synchro fission. I know. I can see someone unmuting the mic as well to try and correct me there, but you've got to hold your horses, man. I'm gonna introduce you pretty soon. Don't worry about that. Woohoo, lit covers, but it's fine. I mean, again, Zakota, we did not really expect this 10-minute game to come in like that at big time. After their previous few endeavors in the playoffs, right, moving all the way to the lower bracket, they were looking very clean today.
I mean, as I predict, I think it's gonna go to a full best of 5 series because I don't underestimate Glitch Code. Maybe later on, Troba is gonna appear like Jesus, like a miracle, and try to save them, but still, I think Fake Time is gonna have the advantage because they are rising in skill and they're playing extremely coordinated. They have the momentum, they have everything going for them. When the snowball starts rolling, they never stop it. They don't go and hit a tree. They keep going, they collect more snow, and they become an avalanche. And I think that's what's gonna separate them from these other teams because they're playing careful, they're playing Like they think about the play they're gonna make. They're not gonna make a brainless play as a lot of people say. But still, it's only game number 1 scared. What do you think is gonna happen in game number 2?
I mean, I'm gonna throw that question to Warren, man. What do you think is going to happen in game number 2? Because I'm pretty sure if fake time continues, this could very well be a 3-0.
I think there are two options in front of our eyes, and one of those options is they will fix their draft. And they... Wait! Is Trollboy is back? Is Trollboy back? I think this means Trollboy is back. Well, if Trollboy is back, I think we might be right on the money scared. Because with Trollboy, I believe anything is possible.
And I absolutely do not know how well it could eventually go forward, man. Yes, Throwboy is back for this one. It should be fine. But even yesterday, there were certain moments when the team was not really looking that sleek, right? And I know, Zakota, you've got a few things to say before we sign you off. I know you want some rest. Anything that you want to mention?
I hope you guys get the full best of 5 series with over 30 minutes game, so we have a lot to talk about. But I am Zakota. I came here just to lighten up the mood, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the chat.
Thank you so much for mentioning 4 games, 30 minutes each. Now we can please sign you off. Guys, please get Zakota out of here. With that kind of blessing, I'd rather want you to get out of here. But yeah, I'm absolutely lying, my man. It was a pleasure being here on the desk with you. You already know we all love you. Thank you so much for showing up. And guess what, people? It's Zakota who's going to take his own rest. But we've got another man getting ready in the background. The man who've been waiting for, and the legend out here for the play-by-play. Kronos, let's welcome you, because I know you've been lurking in the shadows. You've been wanting to hop on this desk. It's been a while, my guy. How are you feeling after this one game?
I'm feeling good. Thank you so much. Apologies to everybody, but hey, I tried to make it as soon as I could, but here I am. I think I did miss out a lot. I did miss the fact that Fake Time got one up on Glitch Code. I think with the fact that no Throwboy being present, that did kind of make a big difference, if you ask me. Yep. But for the next one, Throwboy comes in, and so do I. So I think Throwboy is probably waiting for me to hop on the desk so that he could come in at the same time as well. You never know. I'm just saying it out there. But I think apart from that, it's been a fantastic day for MLBB, for Surge Europe. And I think the next 4 games, hopefully, that we have, like Zakota said, 30+ minutes, will be good as well.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm hoping for 3 more games, because then my predictions could be true. But yeah, let's say 5. Let's say 4 more. You know, full 5 series. But I'm just hoping, you know, maybe up those 0%. What percentage are you on, Chrono? Still 0? 0 club?
I'm probably 0, man. I'm telling you. I think I am at 0 because of the fact that sometimes when I make these predictions, it's not on you know, what news there is in the community. It's not about what their gameplay has been about. It's just about what could happen, right? Usually, I think the one thing that I didn't like this season, or not, nobody else would like for me, is the fact that I probably didn't vote a lot of times for Memento Mori. That's another thing. So I think that kind of makes a big difference in the community. Everyone's probably gonna hate me, but later on, for this one, I think Glitch Code, it was what I kind of predicted. But I don't know. I think my prediction's still at 0, man. I think my prediction's still at 0.
You heavily were leaning towards Glitch Code winning this one with 3-1. It's okay.
I mean, it's because you got the Chrono Curse is online, man. You know about this one, Scared. I think Warren is new to this, but everybody knows the Chrono Curse is real. Warren, have you heard of the Chrono Curse?
Now I did, but could you care to explain so I'm right on board?
Scared, do you want to explain? Because you've experienced it firsthand. I think it's been multiple tournaments, not just one, multiple tournaments, where
he could predict the fan favorite team, the best informed team, and everything else. And guess who wins?
The opponents.
That's the Chrono.
Damn. All right. Let's see if that happens. That would be, of course, Fake Time winning. It's super important, as you mentioned. Venue came in, Trollboy came in as well. Probably you were taking the same car. Did you see him in the taxis? Was he in the same taxi?
Uber share, bro. Uber share. Uber share.
Okay.
Uber sponsor. Surge Europe. We're looking out for you. Travel sponsor.
So I hope you gave him some good back massage, so he's ready. He's ready for that.
What do you mean
Yeah.
by that? Do you think that he's gonna carry Glitch Code to victory, man? Come on, don't do my boy say like that.
If Chronos gave him back massage, I think anything's possible. You know, those back massages, man. Like, Scared,
First
you
of all,
must yourself know good back
of all.
massages. Like, it's in your genes.
Hey, listen,
He's
listen.
trying to get something
Why
out of
would
this, man. This guy's trying to get something out of it.
yeah? Why would you know how good Kronos gives back massages? Tell me, how do you have the access to this information?
Maybe I was in the car all together as well. Maybe I was the driver.
Time, but then hey, it's all right. Speaking of rearview mirror and taking a sneak peek, take a look at the draft already. Game number 2, Hilda, Baxia, and Yuzhong being banned out again. This is something that we discussed yesterday, Scared with and Warren with Destroyer. The Baxia not being in the hero pool of Throwboy. It's a very simple hero to use, but I don't know if they don't want to use it. Maybe think that Fake Time are not worthy enough for him to play the Baxia, so they banned it out themselves. It's happened yesterday as well at the same time, or rather on Friday. And then again, on the side of Fake Time, you get the Eve taken out, the Eastern Hayabusa. Great first bans just because you don't want to give away control. That leaves few options open, which is the Lancelot in the jungle. They picked that up for themselves. Kimi get picked up first on the other side, which has received nerf, but if Eve is not present, I don't think there's a better mid pick, is there?
He's been working out way better than anything else as well in the previous series, Warren. You witnessed the action. On first hand, Hinokami absolutely not at all passive, right? He was constantly up on the gas, making sure that it's getting everyone else picked off out here. On the other end of the spectrum, now considering since Lancelot has been taken, which you rightly mentioned, and Hayabusa and Yi Sun-shin banned, it just reduces the hero pool of Throwboy all the very more. Fredrin could have been an amazing pick in this moment, right? You knock everyone up, keep on taunting them, but we don't know if Throwboy would want to play him. And that's why I don't particularly like this Kalia pick coming in, Warren, because you don't have anyone else to capitalize onto those tsunami slams.
I actually might like what they might be going for, because yes, Kalia overall is not the best into the rest of the team, but at the same time, they couldn't go for it and combine it with Forza, where they could have went for that before. Yes, you could ban it out, but then you would be burning your ban, so probably they might be looking for something else to ban out, and that would be Uranus right at this moment. Of course, yes, you gave Goranich his Gatot, and as Zakota said before, yes, he is very good on Gatot, and it's not a coincidence that they both look alike.
These guys looking out for memes, man. We get you, Warren. We get you. Not just the fact that they look alike. I think he just goes to the gym quite a lot as well. Hey, folks, Surge Fit Club. You know that was coming. You know that was coming. It was built up. It was built up to that. But looking at all these heroes, especially for Fake Time, Goranich, he's been good on the Gato Gacha, right? He's been good on Gato, but not any other hero that we've seen him on. Maybe some Hylos, Grok, okay-ish, but his best is Gato Gacha. And I see that scared.
Minotaur.
The Studio. I mean, Minotaur is such a niche pick, if you ask me, right? It's
But he made it work last game. He made it work last game, and he made it work so many times before.
Not every day is a Sunday, my friend. Today is a Sunday, but not every day is a Sunday. So maybe today is the day for him. So the Suyo being banned out, I think that is really good, because the hero jungle pool is so low. No Baxio, no Lancelot, no Suyo, no Hayabusa, no Yi Sun-shin. That's 5 heroes taken away. What's left? The Joy? Is he really gonna go for the Joy? Don't tell me he's gonna pick up a Marxist just because of a slight bit of a buff. Nolan got a buff, but he's not good enough.
I
Also,
personally
this
feel
is,
that
go for it.
exactly. I just personally feel this could potentially be either a Fredrin pick right now. Throwboy could bring out as one of the surprise picks for all of us, maybe something that they were saving for the later stages, and then can go for another proper solid marksman for Vladosi, who can eventually try to out-sustain or at least maybe win a solo lane. And I'm looking in the lines of
against
Erithel.
Harith. Against the
Erithel?
Harith solo. I mean,
Erithel, man, Erithel actually does that.
yeah, but no, yeah, go for it.
Jokshin
Go.
went through the Volt draft. No one noticed that. Oh, it was right in front of our eyes.
I think it's
Go ahead,
just
Warren.
Glitch Code are really locking down the EXP side of things for Fake Time. Not a lot of pools in the EXP side as well. Yuzhong, Uranus taken out, CC as well, Lapu Lapu.
Esmeralda
Esmeralda is the only one that's kind of open at this point, right?
wins against Lapu too.
But it's kind of looking... Yeah, X-Borg. What else was left in the jungle?
Let's
Good
see
pick
how
coming in.
successful he can be on that X-Borg. We saw some good X-Borgs, we saw some bad X-Borgs. I think the 50% win rate is right on mark. It was like one good X-Borg for one bad X-Borg. And paired up with Bruno. Ooh, quite a lot of physical damage on the side of Glitchko.
Physical
Go
and
ahead,
true.
Kronos.
I like the Bruno, but at the same time, I don't like the Bruno. I like the Bruno because you can go 1v1 against the Harriet. There's not many other marksmen that can do that. I think against the Harriet, this is one of the only few marksmen that can do well in the 1v1. But at the same time, you need to keep the pressure up in the goal lane. The moment you kind of lose track a little bit, you let down a few seconds, few minutes, one rotation gone bad, Bruno's kind of like nullified. He's not going to do anything against anyone. He needs that early Malefic gun. He needs that early snowball. And you rely on Say in the mid lane for the late game carry. And then we get a Terizla in the EXP lane because there's not a lot left. And I think this works out in the favor of Glitch Code only because of the fact that the X-Borg does true damage. And now with 3 frontliners, you have the capability of a pick-off. You can also go AoE. You can pick team fights when you wish. And you can definitely dance for that lore dance.
It is it. Yeah, I think so. There's a lot more options right now available for Glitch Code with the Xbox pick into the jungle. I really like that. But I still feel maybe Fake Time can still close this one out because the Wombo combo that they have and the potential to snowball in that early to mid game and just close it out towards that mid to late stages of the game, that is a bit too high. Yes, they will have the problem of that Kimmy in the form of save, but they can still keep up with the taunts on Godzi thanks to the presence of Jushin. And Vladosi will not have a fun time until and unless he makes a Malefic gun, which is bare minimum a third item. Things are looking difficult for both the ends, ladies and gentlemen, but I still feel it could be Fake Time. Kronos feels it could be the Glitch Code. Warren will be the tiebreaker as we move in the land of dawn for this game 2.
And Say immediately starts firing up. You know, someone should tell him it's not actually building his passive. He's shooting blanks. Like, yeah, all right, now it is. But he will charge himself up just a little bit so he can be ready and push this mid lane. But he wasn't still able to push it before Hinokami did. There will be an action happening. Just a little bit of skirmishing. If we look over at the emblems, do we see something we don't like, Kronos?
I mean, at this point, not really. I like the Vitality being picked up by Throwboy. Gives an extra bit of HP. Doesn't want to really go for the thrill. That's something different that we don't see quite often. Thorn Rose the mid lane. Goran is trying to go ahead. Revitalize already popped as well. They pick up Guadzi and put him down. Flicker baited out, and that is expensive from Glitch Code. Not just that, I don't think they even won the Lethal Wanderer. So that's good news for Fake Time. This first turtle definitely has to be in their favor.
It should be the FX provision in the river, and at the same time, Terizla is pushing in Lapu Lapu, which is to be expected. But, you know, sometimes things happen and sometimes it doesn't go according to plan. But it is going according to plan so far for Fake Time. But definitely already, even though maybe a little bit too soon to say, but I already feel Glitch Code being much more confident in their gameplay.
Yeah, I think Glitch Code with Throwboy being present, they understand that the jungle pivot is possible. The jungler kind of plays what really the team needs, even though everything has been taken away. Only X-Borg was kind of left. That's the only thing that was left that could be possibly good in the jungle for Glitch Code. And they picked that up, and he's making it work really well. But now without the flicker, 60 seconds is what a flicker needs. Kalea without a flicker is basically half a hero in the early game. And now you can see why. They're pressuring Guadzi down as much as possible. Fake Time need to get this turtle, but we know Throwboy and his retributions. Oh my god, they made out a flicker from Say as well. Look at the side. He flanks in, going in for the bravest fighter. Gabri trying to find a target. Guadzi baiting out so much and absorbing so much damage that Glitch Code are able to capitalize. And not just that, they get the turtle for free.
Exactly, for free. That's the good way to phrase it, because Glitch Code, they basically burned none. Yes, they burned 2 flickers. But at the same time, they burnt one flicker on the other side and they burned the Revitalize of Goranich. So 2 spells for 2 spells, I mean, that's alright trade. And Gabri with an XP lead or they traded into Terizla.
Yeah, I think this is what Glitch Code we're looking at. Slowly start building some sort of pressure. Especially given the fact that it's a 2v1 right now in the gold lane, and 2v2 in the bot side as well, in the EXP lane. In the mid lane, Say is doing as much as he can. And the only job that Say has is to survive, farm, and make sure he's a monster in the late game. Now they need to realize that the rotation needs to mate towards Vlados EQT to make sure this Bruno starts snowballing. And once the Bruno gets a couple of items in, you can see he's already building in towards the Haas's Claw. And once that item's up, he's going to be able to 1v1 against Garmadon. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Ornage with a face check, he will be fine. Reaction pool, Hinokami had to ult to survive.
Oh, wait, Tsunami Slam already down. Great. Purify being used from Hinokami to make sure that ultimate's down. But more expensive is that Purify. 85 seconds to the ultimate of Kalei, which is about, what, 40 seconds if I'm not wrong?
Yeah, it should be right up and Turtle spawns. Gvodziv have burned up Flicker again.
Yeah, I can just before the turtle. They know how to punish, and I think Fake Time need to make the most out of the situation right now. Gabri going in, bravest fighter on top of Garmadon as well. AOG coming through, trying to make some space, but Gordon just gets taken away. That's first blood. Lacquer going to the Phantom Execution, finds nobody but Junglee in the midst of nowhere with a penalty zone, catching Guadzi off guard as they trade 2 for 1, and Fake Time make a slight bit of a comeback. They should capitalize and get this second turtle.
I wouldn't really make a birthday party just yet, because Fake Time, they are supposed to be winning early to mid game, and that's where they should make enough big enough of an advantage to close out the game later on. Because if we look over at the Glitch Code's composition, if this gets into late game, it's bad stuff for Fake Time.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Guadzi with a knock up from the Tidal Strike. Gets a Tsunami Slam down on Junglee as well. Flickers out of harm's way. Zaman Force drop down from Garmadon. He's dashing around, dancing to make sure he gets Guadzi, and they will be able to do that. Yes, they do. And Hinokami gets picked off of the bot side, so for a 1v1 trade, but a mid laner for a roamer. Glitch Code still winning out on that trade. Garmadon taking down low, not a lot of mana. Vlados QT understands he can stand in these team fights, extended fights, just because of Haas's Claw.
Exactly, you're right on the money. It was a trade of a roamer for mid laner. It was so good, and at the same time, Bruno was able to breathe freely because Vodzi made the sacrifice. He shown the cards of Fake Time because they had to appear, and then Bruno knew, all right, it's 4 of them on the top side, I have to play safe. And then everything was burned. Bruno was free to farm.
Yeah, I think at this point Vodzi has been playing a very risky game, Warren. Every time he goes in, a flicker is burned just before the neutral objective. Look at that. He has 5 seconds to flicker, 45 seconds to the next turtle. And I think you can bet your house that he might burn his flicker now.
I mean, then I could get 3 houses. Isn't that a little bit too much for one guy?
Maybe a car.
I would have to let you live in one.
Yeah, I think you should, man. You should. Help us out with that. But you can see, oh, nice 5-weave. 3, Tsunami Slam down, and they go with the last Insanity at the same time. Crimson Beacon comes out, everything thrown but the kitchen sink, and Guadzi's the first one to fall. Gornich trying to cut off Throwboy with the AOG and catches him off guard. No Frog armor. Will he survive? The taunt comes in, but look at Gabri making sure his jungler is able to survive, and not just that, takes him down. Lager goes in, punctures his way. Throwboy still survives, and Gabri does as well. Glitch Code. How are they doing this? This should be illegal. Fake Time have no answers whatsoever.
That's the worst part. They should be the stronger team right in this moment, but they are just not. The clock is ticking, and every second that passes, every minute.
Oh no, not like this, Garmadon. He wanted to get aggressive, but he didn't understand there are 3 members went down in the hands of the goal laner nonetheless. Vlados able to get some gold in his pocket, but Gabri, again being a distraction, might go down to Junglee. He swings his hammer, gets a mega kill, but Glitch Code traded back with the turtle.
The only guy that's doing well so far is Junglee. He's the only man left standing for Fake Time.
Wadzi, no. Tsunami Slam Revitalize already used. Hinokami comes in with the Crimson Beacon. And I think that was the cue. Fake Time heard, no ultimate. Already used the Purifier from Hinokami, and Lagger, instant Phantom Execution. Now Guadzi again, so aggressive. He's died 4 times already, Warren. 4 times out of the 6 kills that Fake Time have in their pocket.
You were talking about it before. Guadzi is probably the most aggressive, and take it in with the bad and the good stuff. He's probably the most aggressive roamer we have here under Surge. His KD was, I believe, something like 175, which is very, very low. Of course, we have to take into consideration that this is competitive scene, and as it is competitive, of course, you might die a little bit more. And Throwboy is
oh my god, Jungly! Penalty stone to the back, and Gordich went instantly with the AOG, catches him, and look at Lagger, singles out Say, and catches him off guard. That is 2 for nothing, and that's the most important heroes that's on the side of Glitch Code as well. The late game carry that they kind of needed, and now they're breaking through the defenses in the mid lane. The tier 1's the first fall, but you can see already Worldy being used by Gabby, doing everything that he can. He's swinging, man. He's in the thick of it, but he goes down, and soon Jungly will as well. Shut down from Guadzi, but look at Lagger. He punctures his way through, looking to catch Gabby. He was able to survive.
Jungly unfortunately tried to chew a little bit more than he could swallow. And that's a big problem, because as I said before, he was the last man standing. Garmadon getting pulled in, almost sacrificing his own life, getting pulled in again. Garmadon, this is not the Garmadon we are used to know. This Garmadon, he's off. What's happening?
Oh my god, did you see? If we could get a replay from that, we can actually break it down, because he went in, right? He got pulled back a little bit by the traction fault, instantly popped the Purify, used the Zaman Force, Chrono Dash out, and then the next thing you know, Vlados, he goes in, but here, with the Throwboy getting the Retribution, gets the AOG coming in from Gordich as well. Tsunami slammed down, but the Purify already being popped. Gordich was the first one to fall. Hinokami's going to be the one to follow. You can see Vlados CQT dishing out the damage. He definitely has the Malefic Gun. But Glitch Code secure the Lord, and I think now that's good enough for them.
Doesn't yet quite have the Malefic Gun, but he should be building probably towards that eventually. But I'm not sure if he's building towards it right now. Fury Hammer, yeah, might be. We will see in a bit. Though there's one important thing, and that is Gabri. He has his Queen's Wings, so he will be a big thorn in the feet. Fake Time.
Yeah, he's gonna be a thorn, all right. Next thing you know, Fake Time are gonna go purchase a bouquet of roses. They get pricked by the thorn. That thorn's gonna be Gabri, but look, oh my god, Guadzi, every single time looking to catch Hinokami off guard. He didn't have the Purify, but he had the Beacon, but there was no follow-up as well from Glitch Code. Lagger gets his purple nonetheless, but Hinokami, no Beacon. Look at Jungly using the penalty zone to get away. That is another ultimate burnt down. That's 2 ultimates burnt from Fake Time. Throwboy going into the last Insanity. Gornage taking on super low. But I think it's okay. Well, no, I don't think Lagger wants to go for it. Mino on the bot side. Guadzi versus Jungly 1v1. I don't know what he's thinking. Jungly definitely has damage. AOG coming through as well. From afar, Guadzi forced to flicker out. And I think they're looking to take down mid-tier 1. But will Fake Time respond on time?
Actually, this was beautiful play from Guadzi, because he burned up Flicker for Jungly. So Jungly cannot really do those crazy plays that we are used to see, mostly from Samo, that kind of brought Terizla into the fold of Surge European competitive scene.
Whoa.
And that's not available. That's not available to Jungly. He cannot make those crazy plays, at least for the next Lord, because next Lord will be spawning in 70 seconds and there will be a 10-second mismatch. So if Glitch Code are able to utilize that, and they probably should utilize it. Oh, there's the Malefic Gun being completed for Vlado, so extra range for him. Yeah.
Yeah, and he had the range before. It felt like he had the range before. Now with that Malefic Gun, he's going to have even more range. So now it's going to be more disastrous for Fake Time as Vlado CQT hits his power spike. And looking at the build that Garbodon was kind of going for, I don't know if he's going for a Divine Glaive, because it felt like a Holy Crystal, because he had 2 of those magic blades with him. But at the same time, I think this late game kind of composition, this Harriet, once he gets the Holy Crystal on, it's going to be a different story. So Glitch Code needs to capitalize. As we saw earlier, 10 stack on the Sky Piercer for Say. Got the Divine Glaive as well. So definitely going to be doing a lot of damage onto Goranich as well as Jungly, as they're looking to take away the tier 2 on the top side. Responding on the bot side at the same time from Fake Time. It's a lot of times being said, man.
Bro, rightfully. You are right on the money with that said, man.
Oh. Hey, goes in. Lagger, Phantom Executions. The Bonfire drop down as well. Guadzi going in for the pick off. But at the same time, nice traction, pulse catch 3 members. Chrono, Dash, Synchro, Fission. And here comes the last Insanity. But Lagger's able to get out of harm's way. Say gets a triple in the midst of nowhere. Glitch Code making a sandwich out of Fake Time every fight and picking them off one pick at a time.
They picked them apart. Fake Time were crumbling before, but now they fell onto the ground. Gornage, Hinokami, and Jungli, they are dead. They are waiting for their respawn timers. Vladius and the rest of Glitchko will pick up their lord, their second lord of the game actually, and they will start thinning out those towers. If you look over at the side of Fake Time, they only did 3 towers, where Glitchko already got 5. And with this 2000 gold lead, with their team comp that outscales, I just wanted to speak about it, but I couldn't mention it. But this lord, it was super important, because this was the moment where Fake Time could still kind of fight back. But the deeper we get into the game, the less powerful their heroes will be, and the harder it will be for them. Every minute will make this harder, and every minute Glitch Code will be stronger.
I mean, yes and no, because Fake Time have a late game composition themselves, man. They got the Herod, got a Holy Crystal as well in his pocket, and now this Lord should be easily defended. You can see they're looking to wait to drop that Zaman Force. That Zaman Force is such a big, massive tool, not just to be aggressive, but also be defensive as much as you can. It's a zoning tool at the same time, so they need to be aware of how they're going to use it. Glitch Code, they already got that bottom inhibitor. I don't think they're going to get more. Oh, Lagger missing out on the puncture. Could be something that Glitch Code make through with it. On the top side, they need to get the clear, so it's a successful defense, but at the same time, Glitch Code got an inhibitor. So pressure on the sides is looking good for Glitch Code.
I mean, it is successful defense in a sense.
He's going to survive, isn't he? Oh, no, they're going to go for it. Zaman Force drop down. They pop the Immortality. Gabri goes there as well. Did he catch Throw Boy? Look at Lagger. He went in too deep as Vlados, he gets a killing spree. Last Insanity pops Gornage. But at the same time, Vlados, he wants to fight. And you can see the title strike coming through from Guadzi. He goes, slides in, but I don't think it's a wise idea. Grims the bacon just to put him away. Hinokami gets a shutdown. And now Fake Time will respond. Guadzi, conceal, and he goes for it. He's trying to get the Tsunami slammed down, but you can see the penalty zone coming through as well. Gabri goes to the back line. Bravest Fighter catches Hinokami as Garmadon gets a shutdown, and that's the double kill. And we were talking about the Holy Crystal, and we can see it come to fruition. Jungli still able to survive as Throwboy and Gabri, the only ones left standing for Glitch Code, have to respect the damage from Garmadon.
It was beautiful to see how Hinokami was able to make the plays happen. Then he kinda gave the main role to Jungli. Then Jungli made the safe play, and he kinda turned around the whole team fight. And then came Garmadon as the last man to go into this fight to complete the teamwork that we just experienced in front of our eyes that came from Fake Time. Fake Time are still fighting back. And I have to little bit backpedal on the fact that I was saying late game is for sure for Glitch Code, because this Garmadon guy, he's doing quite a lot of damage. You need to be careful about that.
They need to respect it, man. Harrod's one of the most highest damage dealers in this current meta, especially from that gold lane. He wins out on the early. He's kind of a lane bully, but come late game, I told you, the Zaman Force has, what, a 10, 12-second cooldown? Imagine just dashing around infinite times. It just becomes a complete problem for Glitch Code to deal with, and that's why they need to pick him off, but he goes for it as well, looking to catch Hinokami, and they shut him down finally. Say gets the kill. Jungli trying to create a separation, meanwhile the back line. Gabri goes along with Guadzi, and now they're trying to get the AOG down as well, catches 2 members. Vlados is going to be the target. Look at Lagger going through, punctures his way, trying to get the damage down, but he tried to survive. Vlados, the QT gets him. Meanwhile, inside as well, Garmadon getting sown by Guadzi. He's the only one left standing. Glitch Code found the answer. You can get him alive, but you can get all his team members and leave him alone standing, and that's what they've done. They get the Lord, and the only one standing is Garmadon. Yes, he can 1v5, but not if you got a chain CC coming through you. Guadzi gets taken down, and I think they're relying on Garmadon trying to defend. Vlados, he has too much damage as Gabri goes in and gets a shutdown. Hinokami tries and he tries, but Glitch Code find an answer and level up the series 1-1.
This is an absolute massacre coming in from the side of Glitch Code over towards the end, where you just knew that no matter what, how many odds could dip further away from them, they will still bring themselves back. And this is such a crazy good game coming in from their side, dude. Specifically over towards the end, bringing out the Bruno under such a composition and then making it work against the Harith of Garmadon. That was pretty good. And Warren, you were mentioning about that scaling as well. Yes, as good as a Harith was into that mid to late game as well, I'd have to say there was just not enough damage in the composition. With the Terizla onto those sidelines, yes, the penalty zone is good, but that tool is not enough. Comparing it along with the constant poke coming in from the Jushin, man. They just did not have enough tools in their arsenal.
I know what you mean, and I know where you are coming from, but at the same time, we have to respect what happened on the field of battle, where Hinokami got picked off. If he didn't get picked off, and I believe his Purify was on like 4 or 5 second cooldown, if he didn't get picked off and he was able to have his Purify to cancel out this Kalia initiation from Wadzi, the fight could have been a whole different story. Because it's so funny to see how Trollboy was getting caught off, and that led to Fake Time winning that one team fight, and we were kind of hyping them up and we were like, alright, they are back in the game. But then Hinokami was the one getting caught off, and suddenly the tables have turned back in the favor of Glitchko. So I wouldn't really say that the reason of the last team fight being won by Glitchko was only because Fake Time liked damage. It was more so the fact that Hinokami got bursted down immediately. It didn't matter if he had Forza, it didn't matter if he had Yif, if he had whatever, he got immediately one shot, so whatever the pick he had, he would be dead anyway, and he couldn't approach the fight anyway.
Right, Kronos?
I mean, what can I say, man? Look at it. Vlado CQT, we spoke about it during the draft as well. This guy on that hero, that Bruno, the win condition was very simple. You need the early game. You need to snowball. He had early pressure on his lane. Gorinich actually rotated to help Garmadon. You don't usually see that a lot. You don't see Harith getting a lot of help in the lane, right? In the laning phase, the first 5 minutes. It's only the ganks that come through from Lagger. It could be a mirror rotation from Throwboy, but they kind of went opposite sides. Throwboy said, it's all right. Vlado CQT can handle it himself. And so did Wadzi and Say. And he did. He held on, and next thing you know, waited and waited. When he got the opportunity, he popped off. And when he popped off, it was very difficult to stop him. Even in that Lord fight, I was focused on Lagger and Vlado C because that's the big kill. If Lagger was able to get Vlado C out of there, then everyone would have started falling down like dominoes. But the fact was that Haas's Claws, that extra bit of range from that Malefic gun, just helped them survive and survive and survive. And next thing you know, they couldn't do anything. And it came down to the fact where Garmadon was so strong. He had the Holy Crystal. He can 1v5. We know this, Scared. We know this, Warren. A Harith, when it's super fed, when he has his items, he can 1v5. Doesn't matter how tanky you are, that guy will shred you down like you're paper. And he's a paper shredder. And that's what they could have done. But Glitch Code, they didn't care. Just completely take away the rest of the members and zone out Garmadon. And that's why Gabri is the MVP. 4-2-11. That guy was in the face of Garmadon. He's not able to do anything. So hopefully in the next game, they come up with a better game plan to try and unlock Garmadon, because we know what a good goal laner he is. And the same thing Vlado C. So both of them are relying on their goal laners heavily to make sure they come out on top. The junglers, they're just there for the ride.
They're just having their own fun time, man. And yeah, you could literally see all of that too. Yeah, they haven't really been super involved in terms of those damage numbers as well, or even the tanky department. They're just there to take those neutral objectives. And I think so that's how the meta has been developed itself, where you've got the junglers who are doing their job of getting the retribution on point for the neutral objectives, only to either set your mid lane up or your goal laner carry up for success. And right now, as you rightly mentioned, Kronos, Vladosi has been set up pretty well from their own side. You could see Jungli trying to make those plays too, but let's be honest, Warren, you can actually see those flicker penalty zones coming in from a mile away.
Gerd, I love what you said. I think you're right on the money. But I would love to backpedal a little bit to what Kronos said before, and that being the 1v1 between Glado and Lager. You have to take into consideration their item builds, right? Because if you look at Lager, and I think he was missing it, I'm not sure, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but he didn't have Deep Sea Halberd. And if you don't have that and you go for Bruno, that's not gonna work, man.
Yeah, you've got to get that anti-heal back in as well, ladies and gentlemen, as this time around, hopefully, there's going to be a better itemization coming in from both of these teams, specifically from Fake Time, as we have got Flying Clouds, Chronos, something that you really love, a map that's given us a couple of meme moments as well. You could see the Gato roaming around and then just turned himself back, and guess what? We've got a surprise moment out here. Chronos has vanished. We're going to be bringing him back in pretty soon, people. Don't worry about it. He's just probably strolling around the bush out here. But till he hops back, at least why don't we have enough time to talk about it, right? Where what changes do they need to add in this next drafting phase to try and sustain? And I think so one of them would be to deny the Lapu Lapu pick.
I mean, I feel like the draft was playable for both sides. I feel like it came down to individual decisions and individual mechanical plays. Where, for example, Quadzi, yes, you can put a lot of blame on him and laugh about the KDA, but he is the playmaker. I said it before. He plays for the risks, and sometimes there is a risk and there is no reward. You just die, you just fumble the bag. But those other times, Quadzi is the guy who makes the game happen, who makes the win happen. And this last fight was perfect example of that, because if Quadzi wasn't able to pull this off, the fight could have been a whole different story. If you are not able to pick off those important targets, especially that being either Garmadon or Hinokami, and I bet my left hand that he knew that the Purify was just off cooldown barely by like 9 seconds, and he was counting that in his head, and he was ready right on the money to do this play and to get the victory to his team.
Absolutely, and on the back of it as well, that's how they were eventually able to bring themselves back into the entire thing. I thought there were a couple of moments when you could see Fake Time also slowly winning it out, right? And I'd have to bring the attention back onto those early few fights right before the first turtle, where Godzi survived a couple of times with literally a slither of HP by the skin of his teeth. Had those two picks gone in for Lagger, maybe we would have seen a snowball coming in from the Lancelot, eventually turning into a snowball of a Harith, while you have your mid laner, right, Hinokami, who's having his own fun time with the Jushin, constantly picking people up and destroying Godzi with that poke. But that didn't happen just because they did not have that one extra basic attack landed on the right people. And I think that's a bit tough, yes. That's not the only thing, but that still is a bit tough.
Lagger's an assassin player.
Yeah.
That's first to answer one. Lagger's an assassin player. Vlado CQT is a goal laner. I think the job is simple. Lagger needs to find him. If he didn't itemize right, he definitely needs to do that again. But Guadzi as well, just putting so much pressure early on, scared to go off what you said. Kind of add on that pressure as much as you can early on. Even if he's escaping by the skin of his teeth, it's absolutely important for him to do so. Because you guys know when you're playing, if there's somebody that escapes by the skin of his teeth every single time, you get ticked off. Happens once, oh my god, he has 1 HP, bro. How did you let him go? Fine, noob mid laner, noob jungler. You start talking about that with your teammates, whoever you're playing with. Start typing in the chat. It's fine. First time, okay. Second time, happens 3 times. Happens for the Lord. He goes and he survives so much more than he needs to, or so much more than he can. Becomes a massive problem. So that is something that Fake Time needs to really identify and look at how they can take down a single target, because it felt like in this game they were split apart. They didn't have one single target. They had multiple targets that became a problem in the end.
Yeah. Oh no, so I would love to backpedal a little bit. You know, I keep saying that, I keep throwing this word in, but I think that's the right way of words, because you said Lagger is an assassin player. I agree. But did you saw him yesterday? He was playing out of 5 games 4 times tank, and he was delivering on those tanks. So I don't think he's locked on only onto Lancelot. I think there is many options for him. Apparently, from what we saw yesterday, and he said it. I think he even mentioned it in the interview that he has been practicing those tanks. So he is not really just the assassin player, and he is able to pull those out. I'm quite surprised that he didn't do it. Maybe he got, you know, kind of locked into that mentality where Lancelot, yes, he is the best hero, he's super strong, but he got a little bit of a nerf on his hands. And there's also another thing that you have to add up upon that. When you play Lancelot in a competitive environment, you don't get this snowball off, which can happen. It's a competitive environment. You cannot secure 100% of the times some early game kills. Well, then you are just an assassin who has no advantage. And if you are an assassin with no gold advantage, then it will happen. It will happen exactly like it happened in this last game. Vladosi will 1v1 you, especially if you don't have Deep Sea Halberd.
Yeah, and that too when Vladosi is on a pick which is pretty good scaling in terms of mid to late game. If you don't have a crowd control, it's gonna just free hit every single one of you. And to be honest, I will have to say that even in those crucial team fights, even when Godzi has used up all of his skills and everything, for some reason Fake Time was still trying to target him rather than actually going in for Vladosi there. Wherein they had the access to him, they could have used their skills onto him, but that wasn't really happening. So those are a few target prioritizations which I want to see Fake Time improve a little bit, because that 10-minute game clearly showed that strength. And I believe at this point we can potentially say, Kronos, that if you Kimmy, you win.
I mean, it's because of the fact that they're so integrated into the meta. It's not the fact that it's Kimmy you win scared. It's the fact that when you play a Kimmy, you understand your win condition, and simple. It's like an insurance policy. That's what I call Kimmy at this point. Like an insurance policy for in your team kind of helps out, if you ask me. Your gold laner doesn't perform, your jungler doesn't perform, it's all right. You got a Kimmy, you got a double carry. That's what helps out, and I think that's going to be super important for them. That's why the Kimmy works, having this so-called insurance policy, right? So I think it's something that they need to look after when it comes to the draft. Find an counter angle for it, counter initiation, or like find a direct dive without the Yuzhang, without the Hayabusa. If these are banned out in the first phase, I think you better just, not let the Kimmy go through.
Okay. I mean, that kind of is fair. Just ban out the Kimmy altogether. Don't access it. Don't let anyone else access it as well.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I also think that, Warren, I'm pretty sure you'd agree with me. Gabri on the Lapu Lapu was also a very big problem.
He was delivering. He was tanking it up, and he was making some great executions of his spells, the spell combination that he was putting out there. Of course, yeah, if you first look at Lapu Lapu, you probably think to yourself, well, he's like medium hard hero. But then it really comes, the push to shove, you look at Lapu Lapu and you are like, well, in competitive environment, those flicker combinations and you deciding between Landshaker, flicker combination at the right moment in the last second to kind of throw people off, well, that's where it really shines if your experience on Lapu Lapu is really, really high or it's not. And Gabri is one of those guys that has that experience. But I would say it's a little bit similar teaspoon as like Kimi, where he is integral part of the meta for a long period of time. So obviously when you play Lapu Lapu, you saw many people play with Lapu Lapu. So you also get this experience even from people playing Lapu Lapu against you or from other games that you are watching. So since Lapu Lapu has been for a decently long time on this competitive scene, you also has, you know the answers. You know how to approach the fights and you know how to exploit it.
Yeah, at this point I kind of also want to get into the drafting phase itself, right, guys? Because we've been doing the theory crafting for quite a while. We've been going on and on for this podcast hours as well, and I'm really waiting for that third game, because that will finally define which team moves forward towards that map point. And once that happens, that series point, once that comes through, that's when you know who's going to crumble under the pressure versus who is actually going to thrive into it. And with the way how things went, with Thrower back into the mix as well, with the Xbox in the jungle, now you know that his jungle pool is just a bit too tough to handle. Even with 5 jungle bans, he still pulled something out which worked out perfectly. How do you move into that draft, right? You can't target just Throwboy, and you cannot give a Kimmy. If Gabri gets his hands on Lapu, he is going to be annoying. So how are you going to read into that?
I think just do the same game plan. Just make sure Xborg is kind of picked off by Fake Time early on. Go double fighter.
Deny
man.
that.
Go double
instantly.
fighter. Yeah, go double fighter. Throwboy doesn't play the box here, so that's a free ban coming on the other side. And they're playing on the red, so you know they have to ban out the Yi Sun Shin as well. But he likes to gamble for the Yi Sun Shin, so he's okay letting it go. So that means they're gonna ban out the Hayabusa. Why? They want to play for the Isunshin. So you're gonna see Baxia, Hayabusa on the other side. But for Fake Time, they need to take away what they don't like, which is gonna be the Eve is something they really don't like to play because Sei is so good on the Eve. The Kimi, they can pick that up for themselves. What else is left? The Lancelot, let that out. And then the Yuzhong. You got 3 picks for 3 bans on your side. And Glitch Code, you know they're gonna ban out the Hayabusa and the Baxia. Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah.
Fake time double-brained it and multiplied it by 10, saying that we know you're gonna ban the Hayabusa, so you don't think that I'm gonna ban the Hayabusa, so I'm gonna ban the Hayabusa because you don't think I'm gonna ban it.
You know, maybe
Hey,
it'll
let's
work.
have let's
out
have
in
a
their
moment of
favor.
silence. I just want
I
to
know
let's
Warren
have a
wants to
moment of
meme with
silence
me,
to
bro.
digest that.
Scared, let Warren meme with me. Warren, what were you gonna say? Let's
Right.
meme together, bro. What's going on?
I wanted to say that we will see. Maybe it will work out. You know, maybe them banning Sun Shin. Actually, I have to say, I think I know where they are coming from. Banning Sun Shin on the blue side because he is pretty easily to be picked up. Breathe in, yeah. Breathe out. Like this trader taught us. Go for it. Go for it scared. I think Phronos did that before, so that's why he is right on the money with the drafts.
Exactly,
But it
Those
looks
are
like Fake Time were not breathing in and out because, yeah, I agree. The Hayabusa ban was kind of peculiar, but I have to support them on the Yisanshin ban because for the red side, it's a pretty easy pickup. And usually, we don't see that many teams picking up Yasunshin, especially after the nerfs as a first pick. And also, you want to take away the Kimi, so it makes sense. You ban it. Now, with a Yve ban, are we going for that Kimi or are we not? What do we think?
That's up to Glitch Code. I think they're still gonna stick with Yu Zhong because Yu Zhong is such a good first pick. If unless they want to gamble, I mean, I don't know. Gambling's not good. It's not healthy. But CC is still available. Uranus is still available. So I think they're gonna let that slide through, just because they can ban out the Kimi. But if the Kimi is banned out, the Jushin's open. It's quite a lot open, man. My brain's not braining no more. I'm
Okay.
starting to think like a potato.
It wasn't training previously as well when you were saying that glitch code would
It
actually ban the
did.
Hayabusa because here's the thing. No, I'll tell you
Oh,
the reasoning
Kimi.
behind it. All right, let me tell you the reasoning behind
Let
it.
him
Yes,
cook.
The Kimi has been banned out. Now it should be a simple, straightforward pick of Yu Jong. Coming back onto the same point. The Hayabusa and Yi Sun Shin are the priority picks for Throwboy and under any circumstances. He feels super
yeah.
comfortable with that. Now, the only reason why Fake Time went for the Haya and Yi Sun Shin ban is because they're picking a strategy off of Memento Mori's book, which they used in the upper bracket against Glitch Code. And we had a discussion as well regarding that, right, with the members of Memento Mori, where they clear-cut mentioned, yes, they were reading into the hero pool of Throwboy. They knew what they wanted to ban. They wanted to force him on the Lancelot by taking away the Hayabusa as well as the Eastern shit. It worked out for them. Yes, the Xbox is good. Fake Time just need to find an answer to that Xbox. There is no other way around it. So you'd rather want to go for something that can actually poke him down. Now that mid lane is where my focus would be, Warren.
Lunox. Alright, Lunox being locked in, so you can deal with Yuzong in late game, in mid game, you can burn him down. You take away, not really take away, but you secure Lapu for yourself, right, before he could be banned. So you have this answer into Yuzong after the laning phase, and you kinda can do similar stuff, and a little bit faster than Yuzong because he has to travel in his Black Diamond form, then he has to swap back. It's not as fast as Gabri can be on his Lapu, of course. Combination is a little bit quicker on that side. Though I'm surprised that we are seeing Lunox this early because I agree, yes, she is a strong mid laner, but at the same time you don't really know. Oh, Fake Town, they are playing right into your hand. Why they are picking Fredrin into Lunox? What is going on? And drop. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, this is scripted. This is scripted. Someone wrote the script and I think it was Kronos.
It was so predictable, and I kind of think Glitch Code knew they were going to go for the X-Borg because the only other jungler kind of left was Lancelot, so I think Fake Time were thinking Glitch Code prioritized Lancelot. Nah, man, he had a great game with the X-Borg, so I feel like he's definitely go for the X-Borg. The Lunox here, and if I'm not wrong, they might even want to lock down that carry or even the Bruno once again, just to make sure they get a lot of damage done on the other side. Now, Fake Time, 3 beefy boys. Beefy. It feels like, I mean, we know Goranich is a part of the Search Fit Club. right? You don't gotta try and reiterate that with the Yu Jong, a Grok, and a Fredrin. Bro, imagine they go double fighter and pick Esmeralda in the goal lane as well. I mean, we're talking thick. Fake time are thick at this point. They're beefy, and I don't know how it's gonna stop because Jushin would have been great on the other side for Glitch Code. Banning that out, no Gatot Kacha present. Glitch Code could just go for Kalea just to make sure it pans out well with Lunok. So that's got to be the next ban from Fake Time. And Glitch Code looking to take away another mid laner. That could be a slight bit of a problem in terms of control from the back.
Farsa.
What could it be scared?
Farsa. Should be a straightforward Farsa ban.
No.
Uh-huh.
Against a Lapu and an export?
Go for a Purify, bait out those ultimates, get them off position. In that scenario, you just act as a bait for your team. You simply either keep up with the Purify or you just get ready with the Flicker because you know you're getting jumped on from the other side. Wings by Wings is a really good tool to help you out in that case. But yeah, they're not really focusing on the Farsa. It's a Granger being taken out there though, but I'm not really... It's a Kalia ban, you called out for this, Kronos. But I have to say, I don't know, probably Fake Time's idea is, you know what, Lunox has just got one Chaos Assault. She can only kill one. Two of the other beefy boys will still stand strong, but with the Harith pick on the other side.
Oh, man. Fake Time. They got some damage now. They're early. They're playing super early. This is super early game that we're talking about. Brody, Yu Jong, Fredrin, Grok, you gotta invade. Pick a mid laner that invades, and you got yourself a winning formula of Fake Time. You need something. Lilia, I mean, the scare really, come on, it's been forever since we've seen a Lilia in the Land of Dawn, not gonna lie. Even a Vexana here would be great. I mean,
no. Hey, hold on a second. You talk to me about not picking a Farsa into an Xbox and a Lapu Lapu who can literally fly with the wings.
Yeah, I have to agree with Scared on this one. I think Farsa would make much more sense as Vexana.
I mean,
yeah,
invade,
I get where you're coming from, Kronos. Yes,
Sicilian.
I don't like it. I am saying it right now. I don't like it because this is a very similar problem to what Glitch Code had in the first one, where they picked full early game composition, but with Cecilion. Cecilion doesn't have a place in this team comp. I don't know why they would go for it. Farsa would be much more smart choice. Even Vexana would be much more smart choice than what I see right now.
Guys, listen, guys. Let me bring the bit of an Indian accent in here, guys. Valentina would have cooked.
True! That's so true, actually. For the early game, for the snowball, I like it, Scared. I like it. That's what you should have written in the script. Why did anyone let Kronos cook? Why is there a Cecilian in my game? Why is he there?
It's the fact that the Minotaur went as a last pick kind of makes sense why they went for the last pick, so that the Valentina doesn't get picked up. But I think Fake Time... But the thing is, I agree, Xborg is a really great ultimate to steal, but it's probably one of the best in the game for Valentina as well. But the thing is, I think they just wanted to get some late game insurance policy, man. We've seen how they like to play. Insurance policy is what they want to get. Fake Time, that's why they picked Sicilian and the Brody. It's looking good, but they overcooked, man.
I think so. The only reason why I don't like Sicilian is now that you don't have enough damage in the early game without the Brody in the fights, and it's not expanding reverse, people, because this is definitely going to be the flying clouds as we move into the Land of Dawn. Fake Time, Glitch Code, Game 3 goes live.
You know, if you kind of think about it, Flying Cloud is very good if you die a lot, so probably Gwozi should be very happy. I think he was probably the one pushing this specific map modifier, since we all know about his KDA. But jokes aside, he was the man who turned around the last game and who made the final play for the victory approach, for the victory march. And he's right now looking to make another play, maybe on Garmadon, but Garmadon looks very spooked. Oh, Gabri with a 1v2 gets first butted by Jungly, and Jungly looks like he had it planned all along. We were hyping up Gabri, but looks like Gabri is slacking off. He thought the game is over. He thought the series is over. And say, we will get trapped the same way. What is going on? Glitch Code. Is this scripted to go for the 5th game?
No, it's just Yu Zhang, man. This hero never loses in the early game. Level 2, he's one of the strongest heroes. Level 1, he's one of the strongest heroes in the EXP lane. If you're playing a Yu Zhang and you lose the lane, then, like, something wrong with you, bro. You don't know how to play the game. Oh, what a Thunderous Dive, throw boy, frog armor, pop quads, tries to save him as well. At this point, Lagger and Jungly are unstoppable. This is the game plan for Fake Time, and they're making it work to a T. And that's what they gotta do. Because they need to maximize the ability of these Yuzhong, maximize what the Frederick can do in the early game alongside the Grok, and make sure Glitch Code have hell to pay, because that's what they're doing right now. Get themselves the turtle, Black Dragon form, just to get in and out. And I think Fake Time don't want to bite more than they can chew.
Well, Landshaker will connect Lagger, but I don't think he should be dying anytime soon. Gets taunted up.
Oh. And he goes through as well. Jungly able to get that kill. Again on a killing spree. That's the third one of the game. So a shutdown would be heavy and costly. Say, take it on super low. Brilliance is almost there to be activated in the light form as well. So Fake Time are playing to the win conditions. They know Jungly's ahead. So now let's help out Garmadon.
Jungly is going Hunter Strike. It's this spicy Yuzong build that we came to know and love from Bober.
Yes, but looking at the items, Sicilian Elegant Gem. Oh, Say gets taunted. A lot of damage. Oh my god, Guazi. He had to make a play, had to flicker just to make sure Say survived. Again, expensive resources baited out from Glitch Code. For the next turtle, that flicker's not going to be available.
But as we can clear, predictions, audience, they got baited because they saw Glitch Code win, but it's a scared says. You cannot trust the chat.
Landshaker coming out as well. Oh my god, they pop Jungly. Finally, Throwboy making that a rotation. He got a little too aggressive. He shouldn't have played a little more safe. Would have helped Vlados. He able to dash in and out with the Chrono Dash. The Monforce dropped down early on. Gornich goes in, Tectonic Charge, but gets taken out. Too much tower damage taken. And now Glitch Code slowly starting to make a comeback. As you can see, Gabri, Flicker baited out as well. 14, 13 seconds of the turtle. I think Fake Time are starting to lose grip. They even gave away the goal lead that they had.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, no, because Gornich will have his Flicker available very, very soon. So they have more spells on the other side for the turtle fight that could possibly be happening very soon. Where Glitch Code are missing 3 crucial spells. There is no Fury, there is no Flicker, and there is another Flicker missing on Gabri.
Coming out from Lagger, Retribution from Throwboy already. Guadzi going in for the Minoan Fury. Here comes the Black Dragon in the back line. Petrify already expanded. Brilliance comes out, but Guadzi gets taken away. Throwboy knocked up and put down. Jungly makes it a double once again. Clearly, this Black Dragon has been the key to victory, and they need to make it work. 30 seconds on the Purify. They're looking for GLaDOS. But I think they're not able to find him. Oh, Sanguine Claws catches him, and now they're going to make a sandwich out of this guy. And I think they want to go in. Gornich making sure he waits for the right time. Tectonic Charge misses. The Monforce Gornich goes in. Guadzi trying to do the best that he can survive, but Say with a Chaos Assault takes away Lagger. And now they find another Gornich taken away as well. Fake Time, what are you doing?
Exactly, that's the question that's in my head as well. I don't know why Fake Time, after winning this fight, rightfully so, as I mentioned, they were having a little bit more spells than their opponents. Garmadon getting caught.
No.
Oh, that's rough.
Flicker is out, and now Throwboy under the tower, but he has his frog armor to get away. Hinokami just coming in a little late to the party. Fake Time, man, they played the early game right, Warren. But I think now they've slipped up, and now they have to play onto what Glitch Code want to play. Glitch Code are dictating the pace of the game.
They have to stop diving Vlado. It's a bait. Like, they have nothing on him. Like, yes, if Jungly was there with Petrify, I can see the vision. Yes, Vlado can purify that, yes, but the Petrify is immediate, so he has to kind of expect it and kind of, you know, be right on the money with the cast, and maybe someone can chain upon that. But if there is no Jungly with Petrify, you have nothing on the guy. Vlado will just dance around and laugh in your face as he did twice in a row. I don't see why you would be diving him, especially after you won the fight anyway.
Yeah, I think they need to play off the back of the EXP at this point, right? Jungly's been doing so well, so just make sure he becomes a problem. He's already quite high in terms of gold. And I think this being the third turtle, rather, of the game, they need to make sure they capitalize. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. Throwboy's already in. Frog armor, look at that. That does nothing. That does absolutely nothing. Oh no, Jungly force steals the Black Dragon. Corner into the turtle after the Furious dive. Well played from Gabri, but now they go in. Minoran Fury pop, and there's a 3-man knock-up. Tectonic Charge already used up, but they lose 2 members. Glitch Code have found the answer, and now Throwboy makes it a double for himself. This is what Fake Time were praying not to happen. Unfortunate they didn't have a God Believer on their side, and Glitch Code now looking to break down Hinokami and take away the tier 1 in the mid lane.
Jungly cannot be going really for just anyone because that time has passed. It's 7-minute mark and not just anyone because Gabri is quite tanky. He has Warrior Boots for himself. Throwboy, yes, he doesn't have defensive shoes, but he's building a lot of HP and a lot of defenses as well. A little bit of that armor. Of course, Throwboy being X-Borg, that's a quite tanky hero to begin with. And then there's Gwadzi. You cannot be targeting any of those. Gabri is a 1v1.
Gabri forced the flanker. He wanted it. He wanted that so bad, man. He did everything possible to try and get it. It's unfortunate that Jungly had his skill 2 ready to make sure he's able to get back some sort of spell bomb, some sort of shot residue. And now Jungly says, come on, try it again, boy. Or kill me right now. I'm here.
He tried, and Jungly played on the absolute limits, but Glitch Code 4,000 gold lead. That's a tough pill to swallow. Gabri won't be swallowing anything so far, looks like, because he will be jumping out, he will be fine. Gorenich is trying to make a ruckus, trying to make him fearful, so Gabri doesn't approach, but Gabri doesn't care.
Oh no, not like this. Jungly forced to use the Black Dragon, but look at the damage Vlados is dishing out. Oh my goodness, Guardian's Barrier just to make sure you stop this Herod. Somebody's got to make sure he's controlled. At this point, he's 3-0-1. Hopefully, I can take a look at the items. Look at that. He gets a Starlium Sight, Feather of Heaven. Oh my goodness. This guy is on a roll, and Fake Time need to try and stop him. They're not able to do anything against his Herod.
I mean, the clock has already ticked. It's like, you know, as scared before mentioned yesterday. We were talking a little bit about the newest Stranger Things series, you know. And I have to say, it's the same stuff. Like the Vecna's clock, it ticked-tacked. And it ticked 3 times. Its times is up. Glitch Code are...
Oh no. The time
Glitch
was
Code
up
are
indeed.
making victory laps around their prey. Fake Time have nothing to show for it. Yes, they have Cecilion, but no one is there to support him because Cecilion will be the only hero that can do anything in the late game. Everyone else is just a meat shield.
He's just level 10, man. He's so behind. Guadzi is almost catching up to him. Glitch Code, get them to the turtle. Gabri, Immortality, if I'm not wrong. Or actually, is that Guadzi? Immortality, already in his pocket. Gonna take him, you gotta kill him twice. And he's gonna have a lot more heal coming through at the same time. Talking about the tick-tock of Vecna's clock. I don't know. They gotta go through Demogorgons first.
They should, but I don't know if they can.
Yeah, Gabri! Oh my god, forcing out 2 flickers. Minoran Fury comes out as well. Jungly straight to the back line, but Guadzi making sure the front line is burst down. Vlados is just dancing around on a mega kill, and Gordis can't do anything. You're talking about a Grok and a Fredrin just looking down the barrel of a shotgun, and it's gonna be a problem for Fake Time to deal with because Glitch Code have low cooldowns. The Lord is already at their feet. Fake Time needs to respond, but they can't do anything. All they can do is watch as their tower falls, and now the mid lane is going to be the target, and I think finally the backup is here, but he's not going to do much as they're looking to take down the mid lane inhibitor. Throwboy with the last insanity, zoning them away. Sanguine Claws comes in, but it's a little too late, and I think the Lord already did his job, and at Fake Time need to survive a bit longer and take this at least 25 minutes.
Yeah, I'm a little bit fearful that 25 minutes might even not be enough because, as I said, they only have Cecilion. And if Cecilion spikes up, then there is Say, of course. Throwboy, he has true damage, and that's a decent scaling into the late game. If you, of course, pair it up with his percentage HP damage with the Vorax on top of that. And then, of course, you have Vlado, and we saw in the last game that Harit has to be respected because this little guy has a big balls of energy that he's throwing at you, and they kind of pack a punch.
Man, I don't know about punch. That guy travels through time Synchro Fission, Chrono Dash. He's doing too much. Oh, look at that. Garmadon gets pulled. Gabri trying to flank from the side. Say is destroying the towers alongside Vlados. They can't do anything. Not just that. Unfortunate that the damage is split between magic and physical between Gabri, Vlados, as well as Say. And just when you think it's not going to be enough physical, you got Xborg in the hands of Throwbite that dishes out true damage. So you can do whatever you want. You're still going to get burst down. You can be beefy, my guy, but you got to make sure you got to get through that true damage, which is impossible.
Impossible, that's the right word, I agree. Especially if when we glanced over the stats, we could clearly see that Garmadon, he is doing damage. He's actually doing the same damage as Vlado, but they are not able to finish the kills off. Because when they could, they are already lying dead on the floor and Garmadon has to run. And most of the times he cannot even run, he dies.
Oh, Throwboy taking a lot of damage. I think he goes away. Frog Arm already popped, but he has the immortality. Black Dragon coming in. I think Jungle's a little too early for that. The Lord is already up, and I don't think this is the right idea. Fake time. Bit the bait. Glitchko just wanted to see that Black Dragon go away. And now without that big fat ultimate, they can focus on the Lord. Because Fake Time have no response whatsoever. Oh, wait. They go with the Bravest Fighter as well. Minoan Fury could come in at any point. And I think Zaman first drop down just to zone them away. The damage has to be respected. Sanguine Claws catches two members. As Inokami slightly getting the damage online. But he's nowhere close as he should be. They need more time. And that's something Fake Time don't have.
It's fake. The time they have is fake. They don't have it. They don't have it, and they would like to have it.
Oh, wait. Gabri goes in. The Bravest Fighter already being used. Hinokami flickers out of harm's way. Guadzi goes in as well with the Minoan Fury. And now gets caught in the Sanguine Claws. Jungly with a knockup from the Furious Dive. And there it is. A Praise's Wrath drop down. Guadzi gets taken away. Jungly comes in with the Black Dragon form. Looking to catch Throwboy, but he has the immortality. Once again, it's almost going to get popped. But he can see Zaman Force coming in from Vlados EQT. Going in. Jungly gets taken away. Unstoppable indeed. As the rest of the work is done by the frontliners. And Fake Time have no response whatsoever. Jungly goes in, but gets burst down every single time. The timing is not matching, and now the Lord comes down the mid lane while you can see this Minotaur flying in the cloud.
Jungly clearly doesn't quite connect with the rest of the team because he went in, but the rest of the team wasn't really there. And I think the time where he could have went in for the backline and get 1v3 done, the time has passed.
Yeah, you can see they go in as well. Knockup coming through, but at the same time, Throwboy with that last insanity, and they just locked the base crystal. It doesn't matter what Fake Time do. Glitch Code have found the way to hack into their system.
I just have to say, man, it was that one pick in mid lane, Warren. I know you would want to sound out your own arguments as well about the same thing.
Go for it.
But it just fell down to that one big mid lane pick, and Glitch Code just exploited the heck out of that entire thing. They knew that every single time Fake Time would want to take a fight or win a fight, they would need all 5 of those people with the numbers advantage. That's the only moment. I'm just calling it down out here right now, man. The Sicilian pick did not suffice for that proper damage in the early game.
That pick stinks. Boo! I hate it. Why would you go for that? Like, you could have went for Farsa so easily. And just imagine the early game aggression that was working out so well for Fake Time. Just imagine that paired up with Farsa that would always have mid lane prio. Just imagine a world where you have this team come. Fake Time could have been ending this game maybe with victory. I'm not saying 100%, but maybe with a victory and not a crushing defeat like this one, because this wasn't working out. They made it again. They made the same mistake that Glitch Code did in the first game. They looked at Glitch Code's first game and they were like, you know what? We can make it worse.
Oh, man. It's not just the fact that the Farsa was available, so was the Valentina. You know, this kind of shows a little bit about Fake Time, though. It's that hero pool. We're all talking about Throwboy's hero pool, but guess what? Glitch Code do their own research, man. They do their own research and they're locking down Hinokami. No answers whatsoever. Every single time something is done, the response is not good enough. The trades in the draft are not good enough. The trades in the game are not good enough. Could the first game have just been a fluke? I don't know. It feels like it right now with Fake Time. They had an amazing series yesterday, guys, if I'm not wrong, against Ake. And it goes to show that they fought tooth and nail to make it at this point. Oh my God, you're fighting a tooth and nail, not gonna help at this point. You gotta go hammer and tongs against Glitch Code because now you're up with the big boys and now you're fighting for survival.
It just felt like at the moment with that draft itself that Fake Time kind of wanted to keep their legs in both of the boats, right? You want to
Yeah.
have something for you pick 4 of the picks that are absolutely ham in the early game, and then you would also want to lock in something for that late game. Now, just to get those pickoffs and have that early snowball, you need to have Garmadon in those fights. And only because of the fact that there's a Harith on the other side, regardless of how much you try to freeze those waves, you know Vladosi will still get those minions and he'll still get those last hits, all thanks to the Synchro Vision's range. Those are the few points which kind of slipped out of the mind of Fake Time, right? Even though there's 59,000 damage, the highest by Hinokami, there's still just not enough to try and take all of the other people down. Even Garmadon was not able to snowball as they kind of expected him to. And every single time they tried to force those additional fights on Vlados CQT, it all ended in vain.
I
You know
mean,
what,
with the
though?
team comp, yeah, go for it.
No. Another thing I wanted to add on top of that was just the fact that you got the Minotaur that's constantly healing the rest of your team. Constantly. It's like a
And
top
you
up.
already, yeah, I agree.
There
And you
is.
already don't have that much damage in your team comp, so those heals will be even worse for you because you have 3 melee heroes. Yes, melee heroes do a lot of damage, but not in the late game or at the end of the mid game, and that's where it became very feasible. Where Lager and Gornich, they were just there for like they were part of it, but they were not doing damage, which of course they cannot. Jangly was there alone in the back line because no one
Yeah.
could get through the Minotaur in the front line.
You know what though? I know game 1, game 2, game 3, we had a lot to talk about, right? Everyone watching and us as well. Just put all those games with the MVPs and the performances. Take all of them. There has been one performance that's been so consistent. Not in the mid-tier level, not low, like a highly consistent. He didn't die many times. He escaped too many times. He dishes out the damage when his team needs him.
I know
And
we.
he's not just done this in this series. He's been doing it throughout the tournament. He's just flying under the radar, my guy. Everyone knows about him, but not a lot of respect put on his name. And if the time comes, I think respect on Vladis QT's name has to be put because that guy has been so consistent, and not just that. It's not like there's no pressure on him. Sure, he doesn't play like crazy heroes that get highlights. He does every single time, but the amount of pressure that there is on him. How many times did they try to gank him? 3, 4? Not just 1 or 2 members. It was 3 or 4 members at the same time, and he kept surviving. He became a thorn on the other side. It's just too much for them to deal with. And if they need to find a way, if Fake Time needs to find a way to win, it's got to come through taking down Vlados EQT first. Forget the rest. You're not able to deal with him whatsoever. And they need to find
Yeah.
an answer. Otherwise, they're just cooked, like completely. And same
Maybe.
things for teams later on.
I agree with
Maybe
your
they're gonna
statement.
find it in expanding reverse war, and yeah, I think so. Even I'm gonna agree with what he said. Yes, you've got to handle Vlado security out there, and at the same time, you need to deal with that front line too. It's like handling 5 different problems, but that's what you're up against, right? It's the best competition in Europe. If you really want to be up on top, if you want to lift up that trophy, or even want to have a chance at standing at that podium, you need to learn how to adapt and adjust. Because Glitch Code have actually found their footing. From the last time when we saw them, they were looking weak, they were looking battered out. It just seemed that maybe it was not really the type of Glitch Code we thought they were. Maybe they were not as strong. But now, finally, this time today, they are seeming pretty strong. They seem like they've finally got themselves back. They've taken those deep breaths, which we've been mentioning time and time again. And even after that first game's loss under 10 minutes, they were absolutely cool with that. They were like, it's fine. 6C's there. We haven't really had proper practice with him. Throwboy is going to be backing up in the game number 2. So we can take this as 3-1 series. And that's why they're hopping in this game number 4, boys and girls out there of all ages. I know you're all watching the Surge Europe channel. Make sure you share the stream as much as possible because this could potentially be the last game of today. And then we'll continue the action next week. And you do not want to miss out on this one. I'm promising you. because it's fake time right now. Back again on the blue side, taking on Glitch Code on the red.
And the thing is, Fake Time need to deliver. They said it multiple times. They said they are better than Glitch Code. But right now, it's not looking like they are better than Glitch Code. Glitch Code are the better team. Yes, we heard it from Fake Time. We heard it from Legger. Legger said that they are the better team and they will beat them. He said it in Pro Morello. He said it again in the qualifiers. And he said it again in the playoffs. He keeps saying that. They keep believing that. But they have to show us now. Because I cannot keep believing, because this is the last chance they have. Anything after that, there's nothing after that. There's the void of space.
I don't know. You gotta start listening to the song. Don't stop believing. That's what Fake Time fans are listening to right now, because they gotta keep believing. But you know what? At the end of the day, Fake Time can tell whatever they want. Once the smoke clears, it's simple. Glitch Code are
Only
just
beasts.
doing so much. They're just doing so much better in the draft, in the game, objectives, rotations. They're not. I wouldn't call them the best right now in Europe, but with the way they're playing in this series, I think they definitely have the upper hand. And it's very clear. You can see the respect is finally coming through. You gotta put some respect on his name. Take away the Herod. Too much to deal with. And now the ban continues. Now they're thinking, should we ban out the Yuzhong? Should we ban out the Kimmy? The Yuzhong was a problem early on, but not so much as they needed to, because Vladosi is just too good in the goal lane, and you can't do anything to stop him. So I think they might as well leave this Dragon open if they have a game plan to try and stop that.
It's one of the things out here. You know what? I was actually looking at the history of both of these teams as well. We'll come back to the banning conversations, Kronos. As I said, I was looking through how things went all the way back in the promotion relegation, as well as back in the regular season itself, which eventually led them to qualify for this playoffs. It was a 1-1, dead even scoreline between Fake Time and Glitch Code, right? Back and forth, yes, understandable, absolutely same. We go to the playoffs, right? Fast forward it. Glitch Code eventually won that one, 2-1. Cool, understandable. And then, if I'm not wrong, back again into those playoffs itself, it was Glitch Code who eventually sent Fake Time all the way down in the lower bracket. I need to get a confirmation onto that one, right? Because they definitely faced up jackpots out there. And yeah, that was one competition they faced. But for now, it is still Glitch Code winning in terms of all of their previous battles. There's only been a draw once, all the way back in Pro Morello. So Fake Time, even with every ounce of confidence that they have, the stats say otherwise. And even right now, statistically speaking, Glitch Code are looking a little bit ahead in terms of this draft too, with the Lapu and Granger pick, and also in the confidence which you were rightly mentioning, Warren.
Yeah, but confidence can only get you so far. You can believe, but at one point you have to start doing. And Fake Time, they were doing something in the first game. All right, I shouldn't belittle them about the first game. The first game was very decent. They really kind of, made Glitch Code their butter on their bread. You know, they spread the butter on the bread. It was like easy like that. But the second and third, that's a completely different story. They were not spreading butter. Well, they were spreading butter, but it was frozen butter. And you know how hard that is. You cannot spread it at all. That's what Glitch Code became. They are the frozen butter now. But the question is it heating up? Will the butter stop being frozen, or will it keep being frozen?
I mean, it depends, bro. Like, if we're sitting in a room full of AC, I don't think it's gonna melt down. But if light me up and watch the world burn, like Throwboy is the hero Xbox said, if they kind of heat it up, I think the butter will start melting, because they definitely got the heat. If you take a look at what their picks are, it's again a clear front to back. Well, on the other side, Fake Time want to play for their ultimates, big fat ultimates, that RWM and the AOG. AOG is so good right now against the Granger. So yes, it does make sense. You have to put pressure onto Vlados CQ2 with Lagger once again. That pressure coming in from the two of them is going to be crucial, but the more crucial part will be from Hinokami on that Yve. They take away ability of pickoff from that Kalea, as well as the Grok taken away. Uranus, CC on the other side is gone. So you know they're going to play something heavy in terms of mid lane. It's got to be what, a Jushin here coming through. Farsa is great as well, but I think Jushin just so much better. You can use the Purify, create problems for Goranich, and then of course protect Vladosi as much as you can because you already have two frontliners with you.
Poke, 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 and then eventually burst into the lasting insanity. Yes, I like that idea, but at the same time, I feel like Fake Time have finally got the answer as well to the Firaga armor. You know, it's a constant poke from the Eve too, and if anything, I like the poke of Eve
Kimmy.
better than the Joshin, but Kimmy was left open, and now it is a mid lane win for Glitch Code.
No.
Nah, no way they picked up that Clint in this scenario. It's
Big
been
guns.
buffed. It's been buffed. But I don't know if that is going to be enough. You need that snowball with Clint. If that doesn't happen, Clint is going to fall way too hard. And there is not a late game scaling Warren.
I'm gonna put it like that. In my ranked games, Clint looked broken. But I don't think those are my ranked games. You know? Like, I might be seeing double, but I don't think those are my ranked teammates. I think those players are kind of
Yeah.
a huge bit better, I would say. So I don't expect that Clint will really do that well. Yes, I know he got buffed up. Esmeralda will be making some of that front line, making some space for him. But right now for Fake Town, we again have kind of similar problem. You are building early game snowbally team comp, but you have Yves, who is, yes, she's better than Cecilion, but at the same time, she wants to build her items, so the kill box is very, very strong. She is not online before 3 to 4 items. So, I don't know, I feel a little bit of confusion there. Yes, it will be better than Cecilion because her early game is better. If you look over at the other side, Glitchko have much more powerful team comp in a sense where they spike mid game and then they scale up into the lane.
I love the Clint. I love the min.
You love it.
I love the
Go
Clint.
for
I
it.
don't
Tell
like
me
the
all about
S-Man and the minnow. I don't like the S-Man and the minnow. The Clint is so good. Plays in the RWM so well. Can be untouched. There's no one that can reach him in the back line except for that Lapu Lapu. So you need somebody else to dive in. You need a kind of a pick-off hero in this situation just to make sure you're giving him a hard time. Now he's not going to play on the Purify. Bro's going to play on the Flicker. It's going to be harder to catch. And Esmeralda, I'm iffy about it just because you're going against the Granger and the Kimmy. But if you snowball against the Lapu, it's going to be a problem. I'm scared. What's up?
Here's the big thing out here. Glitch Code eventually will face the problem where Gabri is going to get isolated because Godzi is there for the re-engage. So Throwboy's positioning will need to be crucial. If he follows up onto Gabri's initiation, I think so Glitch Code has got it. If that doesn't happen, the kill box will eventually force us to game number 5, ladies and gentlemen, as we hop in the land of Dawn for game 4.
Rightfully, we are hopping in safe. We'll already be charging up his blaster as we saw in the last one. The classic stuff, Gwozi kinda running around. Mid lane Prio should be going over to Glitch Code. Of course, depends how well they can play it. Hinoka with some poke going on top of Sei. So it looks like Sei won't be making his Prio happen. Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's all onto the Clint here. Garmadon, it's all eggs in that basket, kind of, especially for the late game. Godzi goes out. Emblem's looking all right. The Clint is thrill along with the. It's a lot of damage. Let me just tell you, that's a lot of damage coming through from him. Oh, wait. What's he doing? Revitalize? Already popped early on? Not something that Fake Time needs to be trading at this point. You want to have you want to have many resources as much as you can. They didn't even take anything away from the other side.
And I see, Kronos, we are going strong, my man, because this could be the reality pretty soon. Of course, we will see. So far, it is kind of even, but from the form that we saw before in those games, I mean, we could be right on the money.
Yeah, I think so as well. We could be, because it's just, I don't know about Scared's prediction, not looking so good at this point, my guy. Glitch Code, don't just randomly creep on the VC and say something now. But look at that, special predictions. We got George, Lemon Lover, and Sokol as well, kind of predicting the same 3-1. They're all looking so scary. Both two smiling. Sokol is just staring dead into the eyes of the audience at this point. But folks, if you don't know who they are, they're part of the production team, and they're the ones that make everything possible for us. So if you're thanking us for putting out amazing cast for you, you got to make sure you thank them double to make everything happen. Oh, Vlados, no. Oh, no.
He could be dying. He's surviving.
Yeah, Jungly taking a lot of damage. Gornish as well getting the taunt down. Throwboy already frog armor popped, and Lagger gets taken away. RWM dropped down, but for what? Nobody there to back him up. Gabri goes in with Lapu Lapu once again. And Glitch Code finds 2 on the board. Make that 3. Guadzi is just kill stealing at this point. He got 2.
And also Trollboy will get this turtle off for himself. Glitch Code already with a lead. That will be 1,600, so pretty good for them. But as we were talking about it before, yes, you should definitely thank the production team. Basically, what is Kronos trying to say, if you want to kiss our cheek, you should want to kiss their hand as well.
What? This guy's saying some random stuff, bro. But you know what? The 1v1 in the goal lane between Granger and Clint wins it out early on, but once Granger hits that level 4 power spike, you saw Garbodon couldn't do anything because that Death Knot will start connecting, and it'll be a problem. He'll just be losing a lot of HP. So Garbodon needs to take wise trades now, because in a 1v1, in a straight-out raw damage battle, he definitely wins. So you got to make the most of the opportunity, just like Wadzi is. Forcing out Flicker from Hinokami. And now goes in Vlados CQT, making sure he gets the kill. And yes, he does off of Attraction Pulse nonetheless. Lagger has no damage at this point, especially knowing that Guadzi's just there to top up the HP of the opposition. Oh, Lagger takes the last Insanity, nothing to escape. Misses out on the puncture. And guess what? Throwboy makes sure he pays the price.
You know what's funny? Audience is suddenly a little bit more towards Fake Time, a little bit more than before the game before that we had, right? Only 56% for Glitch Code, but the game I'm looking at, this looks like 80% for Glitch Code. Of course, maybe speaking too soon, but 2,000 gold for their team comp, they can run away with the money, and right now they are trying to, and I don't know if the Fake Time police force can catch them in time.
Jungly forced to flicker out as well. Lagger goes into the puncture, just trying to get that gold craft. Throwboy's been so nice and so good with those retributions. Didn't even have to use it at this point. Lagger's just afraid. Hinokami gets caught on the traction pull. Knockup coming from Guadzi as well. Throwboy comes into the fray. Easy kill in the pockets of Glitch Code. Turtle spawn, the second turtle of the game. Fake Time are 1 man down. Easy pickings for Glitch Code.
Easy pickings, like it's the buffet. They are choosing anything they want. Salam, cheese, vegetables, anything they want, they get it. Glitch Code already almost 3,000 gold lead. And I don't know. Speak to me about that late game Garmadon Clint pick. Because I want to believe.
Hey man, don't stop believing. That's what the fans are singing at this point. Throwboy trying to make a sandwich so long with Guadzi as well. Garbodon just gets caught off guard. He tried to get that clear on the minion. Didn't even get that. They threw everything at him. And now Fake Time are playing -1. And look at the top side. Say able to take a turret for free.
I mean, with the amount, do you know pricing of laser bolts? Because I don't, but I know how much it costs to fire a normal gun. So I don't know if it was quite for free. He had to fire probably like around 30 laser shots. So I don't know, maybe it adds up. Maybe it was worth in the end. Of course, kind of joking around, because if he had a little bit of a free spot to talk, because there was nothing happening, only some tower takes, but maybe Glitch Code have something to say about it, because Throwboy, he is menacingly staring into the eyes of the opponents.
Goes in, baits out the Revitalize from Gornish as well. Bravest Feather already used. Land Shaker still available. And that's why you can see Jungly has to respect it. This is an Esmeralda that's losing to a Lapu Lapu. Not something you should see happen. So the only winning lane they kind of had, they're losing out as well. Meanwhile, on the other side, oh, Jungly gets caught in the last Insanity. But I don't think Cowboy committed. But what an RWM at the right time. Vlados responds, taking away the important damage deal. And that's Garbodon. This clip pick has not worked out whatsoever. Glitch Code are 8-1 up. And that's the first kill that Fake Time have had in 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
This game is looking very bad for Fake Time. At least they were able to get 1 kill back. But that's a little bit not enough, you know? Like, there is this gaping wound in their heart, and it's getting bigger and bigger. It's not getting better.
Yeah, it's just getting bigger and better. The hearts of Fake Time fans, they want to believe, but they can't keep believing. Again, puncture missed from Lagger. Did you guys see that? He missed out on the puncture once again. The minion got cleared a little too early. He has been making mistakes constantly, has the War Axe, trying to build toward a Hunter Strike, but he can't keep doing this. It's not working out. He missed it twice. And first time he died. Glitch Code were aggressive, and now 0-0 on the KDA on a landslide does not look good for their team. And Glitch Code are slowly starting to press down their throats. What a knock-up coming. 3 members. Gabri piles it up. The layering of the skills is so good. RWM, but for what? They're still going to lose that mid lane tier 1. Jungly and Hinokami, they're trying their best to defend, but Sage is going through. Finally, Jungly does what he can, but walks into a face full of bullets. Vlado CQT is on a mega kill. 403. Somebody show me the stacks of the Sky Piercer. Thank you, Cardinal, because that's 30 on him.
30. And it will be getting higher. Probably. We can expect that. Because Vlado, I was questioning it before, but I'm not even sure. I'm even less sure now. I don't think he is a guy. I think he is a robot. With how consistent he makes the games. His stats, his gameplay, everything. It's just good all the time I look at him. I love that you brought our attention towards him, because this guy, he is a machine.
Last Insanity already being used, forcing out the Phantom Execution. Hinokami catches him. AOG straight onto its Gabri. Vlado CQT dashing out of harm's way. And now look at that. He gets one. He's unstoppable. That dirty 30 turned into a 40 right now. And I think Glitch Code, the snowball has worked out. 5K goal lead. Now Fake Time needs to understand what is the plan for the late game. Funnel everything into Garmadon. But at this point, it might be too late. He's only level 8. Vlado C is level 11. That's 3 levels difference. And Garmadon needs all the gold that he can get.
And you should also get some diamonds in the Surge Fit Club, of course, if you want to be running as fast as Jungly. That fast that he was able to survive. Not for long, though.
Traction post, what a land shaker, get 2 members. Guanzi goes in, RWM dropped out, but there's nothing possible as Lagger in the meantime went in the back line, catches Vlado C, and now stays there for backup. And this is why they have that mid lane Kimmy. Glitch Code have found the answer. Yes, you get one, but you cannot get the other.
You cannot get the other. You got one win, Fake Time, but you cannot get the other win.
They predicted that, so oh my god, they predicted Guanzi so good on this Minotaur. He predicted that flicker from Hinokami, and he went for the flicker play himself, catching him off guard, and he dove in so deep, and he still didn't die, and now Jungly goes down. They fall.
Yes, I agree, Kronos. Yes, I agree with your statement. Yes. To everyone listening, this was in binary, so I hope you had your notebooks down. It's basically 1-0, and like, I hope you got that. So I hope you had your translators at hand. Don't worry,
I'm pretty
Kronos, you
sure
will get that from the recording. Don't worry, you will know, you will understand the joke afterwards. About 2-17, Glitch Code are stomping their way through towards the rest of the tournament.
Oh, last Insanity already being used. AOG coming through as well. Hinokami is taken out, and they're trying to make separation. Revitalize too early. They don't have the tier 2 in the mid lane, and now the Holy Shield might be popped in early on as well. The Lord is still coming on the bot side. The recalls are already coming. Glitch Code are feeling it in their veins. Do Fake Time have the ice to hold away? Guadzi comes in, gets a knock up, and 2 men knocked up with him in Orange Fury as well. And now with the last Insanity prop, they get 2 stacks on a Sky Piercer for that CQT. Make that a triple. Garmadon's not present. The only one standing is Lagger. Hinokami comes in, but it might be a little too late. The Holy Shield could be a saving grace, but will it help out? Because stays in the thick of it. And now with the Lord coming down, it gets pushed back. 6,000 HP, but look at Vlado's T's in the base crystal. He don't care. He wants the kills. Nobody's there to stop him. Traction pulse just missing on Hinokami. No flicker. The Lord comes in. RWM dropped down. Gabri gets caught a little too aggressive. Lagger comes in as well. Jungly goes in. AOG popped in just to try and survive, but Throwboy in the back line catches Hinokami, and he's on a killing spree, but Vlados takes down Lagger, and now they take down Gornich as well. Everything is falling apart for Fake Time. 3 members down and out as Glitch Code have 5, still standing tall. Vlados finds a triple kill, and all 5 members of Fake Time are out. Glitch Code have broken them down, and now move on to the next stage of the MEC.
And finally, the team who we've been waiting for to show up decide to show their first class in the slower bracket best of 5. Absolutely fantastic performance coming in from Glitch Code, man, and Fake Time on the other side. As much as we wanted to see them rise a bit more further, yeah, right now, this is how far as they go.
Yes, but still, it was a great performance from them going into the top six, right? Because we already are missing two teams that they got eliminated yesterday. So top six, not a bad run.
Yep.
But I think we clearly saw, especially in this series, where their weaknesses lie, and Glitch Code were able to exploit that to absolute limits. They were able to utilize that towards their victory. Wolsey rightfully getting that MVP. And I love to see for Gwadzi to have some of those, or at least like one of those games where he has 0 deaths. And when you know Gwadzi's gameplay, if he has 0 deaths, that game his team was stomping.
True. It absolutely was, Kronos. Over to you.
No, I mean, bro, this Minotaur is too much for them to answer. They don't know how to play around it. Watsy's so patient. He knows the extent of his heroes that he's playing. Not just that. I mean, think about the second game that we saw with the Kalea. Diving in so deep, knows how to be aggressive. It just shows he's been playing these games for a long time, knows the ins and outs of the heroes that he likes to play. These are his comfort picks. You cannot give him all the picks that he wants. You got to force him down a different route. And making sure you give him what he wants, it's just a problem. Same thing. They thought they had Vladosia handled. But after a while, it became too much of a problem for them to deal with.
Indeed, too much of a problem.
Yeah.
I think that's the right wording that you are using there. Though there is one thing. There is one super important thing. And that is, this is the form of glitch code that we saw today. But before, they weren't looking so strong. So how can they prepare? Is this the form that can step up to Meta Shift and Memento Mori and show them what's good? Or will they crumble before that? Of course, before they can even face them, they will have to face their respective opponents.
One of the big things out here, right? We'll come back onto that topic as well pretty soon. As right now, man, Gabri yet again showcasing his own class too on that Lapu Lapu. I think so. Godzi and Vladosi's performance kind of outshined his, but even after all of that, you cannot really ignore this Beetlejuice in disguise out, right? With that Lapu 3-0 and 11 again, Vorax, Queen's Wings went in for the dominance ice as well instead of any kind of Oracle. Wanted to make sure to get that enhanced anti-heal effect onto the enemy backline. I'm surprised that there is absolutely no anti-Cuirass too. They did not really care about the damage of Garmadon. Man went 0, 6, and 2, and that is tough, Kronos.
That's the belief that Warren kind of had, man. Don't stop believing. Let's stop believing for the next tournament. Fake time. They wanted to pull out this Clint. Well, come on. Like, you're desperate. That was a little too desperate, wasn't it, Warren? I think it was just too desperate a move.
But you were loving it. Like, you are right now hating on your own idea, bro. Like, in the beginning, you were like, oh, yeah, Clint, I love it. Late game, Clint, that's fire, man. But
it
now
does work.
Suddenly you are backpedaling.
No. I mean, I'm not backtracking whatsoever because the Clint works. Think about it. In the early game, he has the advantage. You have a Gatotkacha with you as well, so you can definitely create problems for the Granger. It's like the relationship a Granger has with an Irithel. Irithel wins the lane against Granger in a 1v1 early on, but once Granger gets that level 4, those detonators are going to start hurting. He's going to use that to try and poke you down as much as possible. And Garmadon, unfortunately, he just fell for those pokes. And after a while, you need to make sure your position is right. The team were not responding. The rotations were not there. Glitch Code were just faster, even though Fake Time had a slight bit higher mobility in terms of the jungler and the mid lane and the roamer and the EXP laner. So, yes, Hinokami's slower in terms of rotating compared to Sei. But, I mean, the Clint had everything possible to try and win. The RWM would have been beautiful for the Clint to thrive in. It's just they didn't know how to respond to the speed at which Glitch Code were coming them at. And it just became such a problem they couldn't deal with it.
Absolutely. Came back to that same mid lane pick, right? With the Kimi as well as the Minotaur coming in. It was absolutely fantastic working in for the side of Glitch Code. And proving all the people who thought Fake Time would win wrong out here. I thought maybe this time I'd probably get my prediction right along with Zakota as well. We both were the believers, but you know what? It's absolutely fine. Sometimes I'm always up for surprises, and this is probably one of those times. Just one of my coping mechanisms for not getting any prediction right, people. It's we can just throw this one out of the window too at the same
Hey,
time.
man.
Kronos, did you get yours right this time? Are you
Yeah, I
over the
did.
0 mark?
I did.
3-1?
So glitch code.
Wait.
You know, they're trying to break the chrono curse, man. They're the ones that cannot be cursed.
You know, we did it with
Ooh.
Kronos. You know, fist bump is deserved, man.
Fist
You left
bumping,
me
fist
hanging.
bumping.
Come on.
Try it,
All right.
try it,
Anyway,
sorry.
we are moving up. We are moving up 20%. I'm firmly in this 4th spot. Above me is Sint, Mio, and Zakota finally getting something wrong. 60%. He's falling from grace. This is the moment when we start turning it around, boys. Me, Kronos, and Scared.
Remontada.
Okay, Scared. We have to give you some coaching in the backstage, bro. Like, come on, 0, still 0.
Man. I'm just trying to make sure that Nish and Lushgate don't really feel out of the room.
Oh, they
like,
don't feel bad.
yeah,
Oh, you are
yeah,
such a nice guy.
yeah,
That's so
exactly.
sweet.
I mean,
And
you
since
got
you
to
are such
read
a
on to
sweet
that.
guy, could you walk us through the ladder, through the standings?
I don't know what sweetness has to do with that, but yeah, absolutely, I will do, my man. I will do. Thank you so much
Go
for giving
for
me
it.
that opportunity. Out here, look at the upper bracket first. That's the main thing. Memento Mori now. They're going to be taking on Metashift on 12th of December. That's the big match, people. You'd not want to miss out. And guess what? In the lower bracket semi-finals, we've got Glitch Code who will now face Jackpots, because with this, people, we have got the top 4 teams of Europe. And guess what? Out of these top 4 teams, 3 of them were either in the promotion relegation or even came through the open qualifiers. Metashift is a team from the open qualifiers. Memento Mori and Glitch Code from Promo Relo. It's only the top team of Thunder Division, that is Jackpots, who still remain in this competition. Man, this couldn't have been any more better.
Isn't it kind of crazy? Like, I feel it's so crazy because this just speaks so much about the Thunder Division being kind of fake, you know? Like, what happened to the teams? Like, what's going on? I thought they are the best teams we have, but apparently only Jackpots remain.
It's the big thing, man. You were not really going to expect any team apart from Jackpots to remain there. I thought maybe... I personally thought maybe at least 2 would. One of them was Jackpots and the second was Minerva Fury. I kind of
True,
thought.
true.
Just
But
because of
Bober
Sensei and all the
leaving-
other people, yeah.
But Bober
Yeah, that
even
was the big
really
thing.
put the nail in the coffin. I think if Bober was there, it could have been a little bit different. But the power duo that we have in Metashift right now, Bober and Pametronio, the dumpling man himself with Bober, I'm loving it. But that's a story for the next time, because right now it should be all about the winners of this one, and that should be Glitch Code. We will soon be having an interview, but before that, as I always want to do, as I always love to do, we should give some respects to Fake Time. Let's think about their journey that they had over at Surge for a little longer, for a little bit. Let's talk about their highs that they had. Garmadon, very, very excellent marksman, very excellent goal laner. I love what he's shown. I think there is so much potential in what he can deliver. I also love the pivot that Lager was able to achieve, where he was able to play his tanks, especially yesterday, very, very effectively. I want to give him a lot of credit for that. That was such a crazy pivot. I was so used to seeing him on an assassin. And also, honestly, Fake Time, when we first saw them, did we really expect they will make it this deep? Honestly, I'm not sure if I expected that. So I want to give them credits for how deep they made their run, and I am very happy to see them in... I will be very happy to see them in the future. But right now, let's talk more about Glitch Code, because you rightfully mentioned they are in top 4, and tomorrow they will have Jackpots as their opponents. And before the interview will get ready, let's talk about the series tomorrow.
Absolutely. You know what? You actually want to talk about something tomorrow, but guess what? Say is here, and we have to welcome this man finally back onto the desk, man. It's been a long time, Say. Glitch Code has not really been winning a lot of those series, but how are you and the boys feeling after this big win?
I'm really right now over the moon. I can't explain my feelings right now, so we're so happy.
I mean, All right, understandable. How are the vibes with the team too? Are they looking more confident? Because last time when you played against Memento Mori, you guys lost all three games, and it seemed that you were not really playing like the previous glitch code that we knew. So how
Yeah.
did you bring yourself back for this series? And how are the vibes right now with the rest of the boys?
Today we set up all the drafts, all the picks, and how we're gonna play the next matches. So it was like we set the new plan for the next matches.
Okay. All right, Kronos and Warren. First Kronos, you, and then second Warren. Take it away.
Say, good performance. Congratulations. That was a good series. You guys started picking up the pace when it mattered the most. All right. What's the difference between the two junglers you guys had today? Why did you lose the first game and then win the next three? You got. We need some beats, man. We need some beats. What's going on? Did you guys not believe in him first, and then Throwboy comes in, and all of a sudden, hey, we'll believe this guy. We start winning, or is there something with the hero pool? Is there something with the rotation? What's going on?
And so he was playing with us first game, but he have a problem in his house. So he said, "Sorry, I can't play the next matches." So we take Strawboy to play the others, but it's not
Oh.
like another
So
jungle.
so so you picked Throwboy because he had a problem. That's why Throwboy came. So Throwboy is a substitute jungler.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to spice, bro. I'm just joking. but apart from that, I want to scared kind of mentioned it. You guys had a absolutely fantastic game. You brought yourself together. You did your research yesterday. You got on a call, made sure how you get the drafts. You broke the opponent down. So who's the weak one on the opponent team? Who are you guys looking to target the entire time?
The weakest opponent.
I mean, no, I wouldn't call weakest opponent, but who was the target for you guys in the draft, in the game, in on the other side, right? For fake time, who were you looking to target down the entire time?
You know that the trio mid we play on the trio on mid lane, Lager and the mid laner. It was easy to target them. The mid laner of fake time was out of position a lot, so it was easy target for him. For us, I mean.
Yeah, that's fine. And last question, Warren, and then all you. What happened on Friday, bro? What happened against
Uh,
Momentum? Worry.
it
You guys
was
got
bad day.
cooked. Pardon my French, but you guys got cooked. No hate, bro. No hate. You know that. But you guys got kind of got cooked against Momentum Mori. What happened?
It was like bad day, I think, for us. No one was focused and no one was in his form, so I think it's normal if no one is focused.
Simple. Like it.
All right, Warren.
I will connect upon that because people are probably thinking, how strong is Memento Mori? What is the power scaling, right? Because they smashed you down. You were saying you were not focused. So how would you let's give some numbers. Let's give some numbers so we can imagine it a little bit better. How was your power? Like this was 100% of yourself. So on Friday it was like 30%, 40%. Like where was it? So we can imagine it a little bit better.
Uh, it was like 25% of our power, every one of us. So, no, but
God
today
damn!
we were very focused. Yeah.
Wow.
25%, my man. All right, now, like, I was hyped for your games and for the rest of the tournament, but if Friday was 25% and you almost took the third game, Memento Mori, you have to look under your bed tonight. Be careful, glitch code could be waiting there.
You know what?
All right.
Say. So you're telling me next time you guys face Momentum Mori, what's gonna happen? Come on. Give some heat, bro. You know how social, like what TikTok likes, you know what Discord likes, you know what Instagram and YouTube likes. The Clippers. Give something for the Clippers. Next time you see Momentum Mori, what are you gonna do? Give something.
We're gonna beat them for sure. We already know how to draft and set our plans, so let's go.
All right.
All right, picture
Say-
perfect out there. My man, say again. Warren, do you have any more questions remaining?
I mean, I throw it to you, scared. Maybe I will cook up something at last second, but go for it.
That this is the last second. That's why I'm allowing you to cook up.
I have nothing. I have nothing on the man. It was a long day. I think he had a long day too, man.
Yeah,
It was almost
absolutely.
5 game series.
All right, man. Say, yeah, it was just one game short of that 5 game. Do you think you can win against jackpots easily or difficult?
To be honest, I don't know. But let's see tomorrow. Or
Oh,
the
come
next
on,
one.
man. Believe in your boys a little bit. I think so. You guys can take this one home as well. But yes, say thank you so much for hopping here. Congratulations for this win and good luck for your future games as well. Looking forward to seeing you more.
Thank you.
I
Man,
mean, it's
pretty
not,
humble
it's
guy
not
out there.
lining up.
Yeah.
It's not lining up. But
Humble.
you know what I mean? Like he said Friday was 25% power, but he's not sure if they can be jackpots tomorrow. Like what is this? What is this? Like it's not adding up. I'm not sure what's going on. Or maybe the swap that happened on jackpots is so deadly that you have to respect it. And I think they could be right on the money because honestly, the swap jackpots look on fire. I know I said it before. I have to say it again. They look on fire. And I love that both glitch code and jackpots went through the power up just before
Yeah.
they will clash it out.
That's one of the big things out here. And I'm pretty sure, Kronos, that you might want to agree a bit onto what Warren said. But at the same time, I just feel that, 25% is the power that they can actually access. And the rest 75% is the potential that they think that they have.
I mean,
And
it feels like
yeah.
My Hero Academia, bro. It's like unlock 25% and then
That is
50 and
exactly how
100.
things are, my man. You gotta get the flow state, bro. You gotta get the flow state and get all of those footballs back inside the net. And for that, you need to fully focus in the game.
Yeah, I think so. It's got to be a swish. At least it was a swish from Memento Mori with those 3 baskets they had on Friday in the upper bracket, pushing them down to the lower bracket, and now with the performance they kind of put up, we get to see what the end result is. And of course,
True.
it's gonna be glitch code versus jackpots, and that's a match to watch out for. But before that, there's also Memento Mori versus Meta Shift,
Yes.
all coming at you next week, folks. Scared, I know I stole your lines a little bit. You want to get the outro? Do I take us out? Warren, what's going on? Do we take us out already?
Warren,
I mean,
you've got it. Any last few words?
before we take anyone out, we should always talk about people following, liking, looking at the streams, looking at the broadcasts, loving the show, and exercising. Guys, come on. If you want to be rapping like Chrono, so his mic cannot even comprehend what he is saying, you need to be joining the Search Fit Club, because if you don't do so, you won't have enough energy for those long casts, and it will become even longer because finals are BO7, my man.
That's gonna be the big one out here. And guys, here is the QR code. Quickly scan that out. That tilted Korean heart which Kronos tried to make. I know his cooking is actually better than that Korean heart he tried to cook. I love you, my man. That was actually not a menacing smile, I'd have to say. You should smile a little bit more often so that the people could actually hop into the stream a lot more to see you. You got all of our socials, people. You have the Surge Europe channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, click on the bell notification as well. Do not miss out on the action. And since these boys stole my own lines, I'm just gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for popping in. We'll see you guys next week.